You know? Is it still horizontal? Or is it vertical? Did it finally fix itself, or am I still cooked? That's the real question. Come on. Come on. Okay, let's go. It stayed to horizontal. Alright. We're not going to dwell on it then. Well. Welcome back to another day of LTMAS. We're starting a little early once again, just so that I'm basically starting early on every day, even though I'm supposed to start at 3, but I'm usually starting a little earlier so that in case any issues happen in the stream, I can fix it and we can start when we were supposed to. But as you can see, we're in a very different place this time. We're in Tier Maker for the first time. And that is for a reason. We are, I need to do something first before we continue. Before I forget. There we go. All right. So, if you've read the title, of course you know, but before we get into it, good morning, stars. It's your boy Lavaturn, and welcome back to another day of LTMAS. Welcome to day 3. We've made it to 3 days. Let's go. And we're only getting started. We still have, 9 days to go. We still have 9 days to go, but still, 3 days in, we have a fun stream today for everyone. If you've read the title, it's going to be a very funny, sort of interesting idea for a stream. I've been wanting to do the stream for a while, but I never got the time to before. But I feel like putting it in as an LTMAS stream makes a lot of sense. And that is basically sort of a live discussion with you guys and making a tier list of every single Pokemon, all 1,000 Pokemon, but it's not like your average tier list, you know? You see these S rank, A rank, B rank, all that. No, we're going to be changing that. We are going to be deciding today, live on stream, exactly which Pokemon from the official games gets to be in my region of Mahagiri. If you don't know, my region called Mahagiri is based on India, which is where I'm from, and it's sort of this region that I've been working on for the past 6 years almost now, and actually even more than that. And basically, I'm sort of trying to culminate it. Hopefully by next year, I want to aim to finally finalize all of Mahagiri, and especially the Pokedex at least. And one of the major factors of doing that, of course, is making your own national dex. And if you don't know what a national dex is, which I'd be surprised if you don't, but still, a national dex is basically a sort of unique Pokedex of the pre-existing Pokemon that is exclusive to the region. Basically, it was something introduced, I believe, around X and Y. Correct me if I'm wrong, and correct me if it was earlier or later, but simply put, it's basically been there since 3D Pokemon games, where there are a set number of Pokemon that is available in a region, and no more than that. Like, not every Pokemon is available in a region, and sometimes there's reasons behind it, sometimes it's just because they never designed a 3D model for them, because can you really blame them? There's more than 1,000 Pokemon in the entire franchise, and so it's only fair we do the same thing. And also, we're going to do it from the perspective of, natural wildlife, Not every animal is found all over the world or in a specific region, as in the case of Mahagiri, it's based on India. So there's going to be a lot of creatures that are native to India that are not going to be found in Mahagiri, which are going to be moved into a different tier, which is the sort of barred from entry for Mahagiri. While we're going to have a separate Mahagiri tier, we're going to be putting basically every Pokemon that's going to be in the Dex. And we have a 3-hour stream ahead of us, and we have over 1,000 Pokemon. So we're going to be going fast for this one, but we're also going to take it a bit more chill, because it is sort of a tier list video, or a stream, I guess, and we're going to be talking with the chat a lot more. And so, yeah, I'm not actually able to see the chat at the moment. I'm still sharing around the stream. So if you've said anything, wait for a bit, I'll get to it. But yeah, welcome to the stream. For those tuning in, do let me know how your days have been. I will get to seeing that as well. Intro out of the way. Now let's start sharing the stream link around. All right, yeah. And in case I go silent for a little bit, it's probably because I'm doing something off camera, but other than that, it should be mostly fine. I'm glad once again it's still on horizontal, which is fantastic. And as you can see, we have quite a lot. And this is the best tier list we found. I might link it after the stream is over in the description if you guys want to do one. But it has every Pokemon. Like, there's so many. It might miss a few, but given the fact that it somehow managed to put in all the Kalos hat Pikachus, like these ones, makes me think that every single Pokemon is in here, which is insane to me, honestly. Absolutely insane to me. So honestly, if you want to check it out yourself, I'll try to link it in the description. You can make your own tier list if you want, but this is definitely the definitive Pokemon sort of tier list that I've found, at least. I think this is more of a fun sort of twist that I came up with on the whole let's make a tier list of every single Pokemon sort of idea, and let's just see where it goes. Now, here's a few sort of ground rules that I want to set up. I know some of these Pokemon have a bunch of forms. Like, for example, Raichu has an Alolan Raichu form. There's the Gigantamax forms, etc. Some of these forms have rules. So, more or less, all the gimmick forms are going to be put in not returning because, of course, those gimmicks are not available in Mahagiri. The Mahagiri has its own sort of excuse me, gimmick, which is going to be overriding that. So no Gigantamax Pikachu, no Mega Raichu X and Y, none of that. Or Mega Raichu Z, which, if you know, we did that yesterday, in yesterday's stream. So if you weren't there, the VOD is up now, so you can go check it out yourself. And let me share this here. I do hope the title and everything is correct. And I feel like my chat is... I don't know if my chat is full or anything at the moment. I'll check it out in a bit. I need to make a more efficient way of sharing my stuff, because, you know, manually doing it is genuinely so annoying. But, you know, it's worth it, I'd say. Let's see, we put that here. There we go. And over here. Come on. There we go. I think that's everywhere. I think so. Yep, that is everywhere. Now we can finally go back to chat and see what's up. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I doubt I missed it. Oh, hello, Galaxy Cat. And, nice. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Didn't miss much, but yeah. All right, let us first start with sort of fixing the tier list itself. We're gonna change some of these tier lists. We're gonna call this in Mahagiri. There you go. One moment, I'm gonna pause it for a bit. And, okay, we're back. Let's see. Yes, we are going to be adding that as the next tier, the deported tier. Don't worry. That was the plan. We're going to have deported There you go. Those are the only two we're going to have. Delete this one. Delete that one. Oh, yeah, all right. Delete this and delete that. There's two tiers, in Mahagiri and deported. We're going to see where everyone goes. And we're going to not wait any longer because we have more than 1,000 Pokemon to sift through. So let's just get into it. Starting off with Bulbasaur. In general, obviously Bulbasaur gets to be in here. For those who know the series, obviously know that Venusaur has a Divishift form, which is what it's called. Sort of sneak peek, but shifted forms have been changed to Divishifts. I know I haven't made a Mahagiri video in ages, so there isn't really a way you would know about that. So here's kind of your first look of that. But both Mega Venusaur and Gigantamax Venusaur will not be getting in for obvious reasons, gimmick and all that. And obviously if Venusaur is in here, as much as I don't want Charizard to be in this game, or, theoretical game at least, it's obviously going to get in for obvious reasons. I mean, yeah. And same here, we're going to be putting Blastoise in here as well, and Mega Blastoise, and Gigantamax Blastoise. I kind of forgot that there is a Gigantamax Blastoise, is not going to be in the Dex. Now, let's start with the ones that are actually curious. So, do we put in Butterfree? Obviously, we're not going to be putting in Gigantamax, or the Mega. We're going to just, whenever we see those, we're just going to put them in there because they're gimmick forms. Gimmick forms are not getting in. But when it comes to Caterpie, here's the question. Are caterpillars found in India? Yes, they are. So he's going to get another 50 forms. He has one new form because every other starter gets one. So it's only fair that I gave him one. But yeah, other than that, he doesn't get anything. And that's kind of the only reason he gets to be in there. If he didn't have a form, he would not be getting into the Pokedex. Trust me. But when it comes to Caterpie, Metapod, and Butterfree, the thing with that is, if we put those guys in, we kind of also have to put in Beedrill because they're counterparts. But if we don't put in one of them, we don't have to put in both of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's one or the other, kind of. If I put in one of them, they're both going in. Personally, I don't know if we should. I think for B Pokemons, there are better options that don't get the spotlight as much, like Combee and Vespiquen, and also there's the one from Alola. I think those deserve to be in the deck, so I think we're going to be moving Beedrill into the deported tier. Unfortunately, for all my Beedrill fans, these guys will not... Oh, I do need to add one more tier. How do I do that? Add a row below. We're going to be changing this into... We're going to be calling this gift Pokemon. So there are going to be a few Pokemon that you will not be able to find in the actual Dex or in the wild, but they will be through gifts. Case in point will be coming up very soon, but yeah, they will not be considered sort of part of the Dex, sort of just your freebies. Too common in other Pokedexes, more niche Pokemon. Exactly, more niche is definitely better, and I definitely want to... I can't for the life of me remember. Cutiefly. No, not Cutiefly. The other... What is the name of the bee Pokemon from Alola? Whatever that is, I'm a huge Alola fan, so most of the Alola Dex is probably going to get into this. So, yeah. Okay. Pidgey. Now, Pidgey, very common, usually in every single Pokedex. Again, I think we're going to be shafting a lot of Gen 1. Other than the ones that get forms, I think we're going to be putting a bunch of Gen 1 Pokemon in the deported tier for no particular reason. As for Rattata, I think it'd be interesting to put Alolan Rattata as the Mahagiri ones. Now, I know they're considered Alolan Rattata, and I can't quite remember the exact lore connotations they have, but I feel like they should be still available in other places. And as someone who's lived in India, we have pretty massive rats, so I'd say it should be available. And I feel like Spearow and Fearow should also get their first ever spotlight, because they rarely do. Let's see. Right. Ekans and Arbok. Ekans and Arbok do not get any forms, so they can, I suppose, get deported for now. And that's the thing. That's the fun thing about doing this live. Since you guys are in chat, you can suggest a certain Pokemon that gets to go up. Actually, in fact, they will not be deported because snakes are pretty common in India, so I feel like it only makes sense. Now, we got our first gift Pokemon. That's going to be our Pichu, Pikachu, and Raichu. These are not going to be available in the actual Pokedex. That's why it's in the thumbnail. You know, Pikachu's in the thumbnail. Not in the actual Pokedex. There is a gift version because there is a shifted Raichu, which I may rework into a shifted Pikachu. We'll see. But there is a shifted form, which is in the Dex. But it's like sort of a hidden Dex member, I guess. Cobra are one of the animals you think of when you think of India. Exactly, pretty much. But when it comes to these guys, these forms are all gonna get deported. Especially these ones. I actually have no idea how you even get these costume Pikachus. We have so many Pikachus, jeez. Pikachu alone. I feel like Pikachu at this point might have more forms than God. Genuinely. And that. Sandshrew, another thing. Mahagiri, as the name suggests, is a generally sort of cold climate place and will have your icy peaks. And I think having a key Pokemon in the icy peaks through someone like Sandshrew, specifically Alone Sandshrew, would be pretty interesting. So we're unfortunately going to be shafting regular Sandshrew. Now the Nidos. Nidos hold a very special place in my heart, personally. But also, I don't really see the reason why they would be in the Pokedex. When it comes to Kanto, we already have all the designs for the Kanto shifted forms, which are the 3 starters. And from what I remember, I believe it was Raichu, Machamp, and Graveler, right? Sorry, Machoke and Graveler, right? Was it yeah, Graveler. Yeah, Machoke and Graveler. Yep. So those guys are going to be the only ones that are guaranteed to get in. I think everyone else can get shafted pretty much. I keep saying shafted. I feel like I should switch that to deported. That has some unfortunate connotations. I should really think about stuff before I say it. Never mind. All right. Yeah, so the Nidos. The Nidos is where we're currently stuck. If it was me, I'd honestly... I don't know. I feel like these guys might get the deported treatment, honestly. I don't actually know. What are the Nidos even supposed to be, genuinely? They... Oh, there we go. Oh, finally. Oh, that is such a big help. I should have done that way earlier. All right. So, Clefable. Clefable recently got a Mega. I feel like it's still decently forgotten, I want to say. So, honestly, I'd be willing to put it in the Dex. Especially because the Dex doesn't have as much Pokemon yet. Oh. Wallpaper reveal. Yes, I have a, what is it? Silent Salt wallpaper. There you go. Oh, wait. Yeah, there you go. No incriminating stuff was revealed. Don't worry about it. Anyway, there we go. Home screen. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I had to take a screenshot. That was a misclick, though. Completely a misclick. I did not mean to go to the home screen right there. But I'll take it. At this point, I was kind of expecting that was going to happen in one of these streams. I was going to accidentally go into the home screen, but, you know, it's fine. The only issue with that home screen, I know tangent, but it's like in the top right corner, it's a bit too white, so half the time I cannot see what my charge is. So I might have to change it in a bit. I really don't want to, but it's really hard to tell information with that one. All right, Vulpix. We're currently at Vulpix. I think we could... Oh, wait a minute. I put this guy in gift for some reason. It's supposed to be in the actual decks. But this guy can go into the gift section. While this one gets deported. Actually, yeah, we really shouldn't stick to putting them in the end. We should just stick to putting them in the front. Scrolling up and down is a very tedious work. Yeah, this is sort of the spot where we should keep it. Jigglypuff and crew. Okay. You're obviously getting deported because, obviously, Paladin, what is it? Ancient form? Yeah, ancient Pokemon, ancient Paradox. Yeah, there you go, Paradox. Paradox is obviously getting deported, but when it comes to the actual one, I mean, other than the Paradox, there hasn't really been much love given to Jigglypuff. Well, no, I say that, but Jigglypuff's the most recurring anime Pokemon. So I honestly, yeah, you're getting put in the deported section. I'm afraid. We're gonna still make sure that the dexes are in line when we're putting them in there. There we go. Okay. Zubat, yeah. Zubat definitely does get to stay because very iconic bat Pokemon. It'd be a disservice for him to not be in the Pokedex, I feel like. I know we're also probably going to be putting in Woobat and Crew and stuff, but like given that Mahagiri itself does not have a specific bat Pokemon, it's only fair. And these Oddish, honestly, Oddish seems like a basic enough design to get this treatment. So, oh yeah, same with Paris. We do not want a repeat of Legends Arceus now, do we? Murder Paris, as people have coined it. Yeah, Venonat, though, I feel like makes sense in the decks. Very forgotten Pokemon. Honestly, might even go back to give that guy a Divishift form. We could also make a Divishift separate tier, maybe, possibly. The Paris trauma is wild. We might make a separate Divishift tier so that we can sort of make a tier list of what Pokemon we should give the Divishifts to. But we'll make that after we've made the finalized in Mahagiri decks, sort of. I think all of Diglett's should be sent to the Shadow Realm at the moment. Mainly because we did just get like I said, this guy, Wiglet. Wiglet was this generation, and Wugtrio also this generation. Pretty memorable, and we've had Alolan forms, so I think they're way too non-niche for them to stay in the decks. Meowth, on the other hand, also doesn't get to be in the decks because there is a Gyrian Meowth, obviously. So, Meowth, actually, for Meowth, I feel like one of these forms can stay gifted, but other than that, base Meowth is going to the Shadow Realm, I'm afraid. There we go. Right, Golduck and Psyduck. Golduck and Psyduck, I feel like are... we'll put them in gift. I don't want to bloat the gift category, but I feel like there should be enough gift Pokemon. I know it's kind of already bloated into sort of a lot for gifts, you know. We'll move them around. We'll see when it's needed. I feel like if I don't put these guys in, Gibster's going to kill me, mainly because I believe Annihilate is his favorite Pokemon. So we're going to keep Annihilate in there. We are not going to be keeping Growlithe in here, though. Yeah, we're going to sort of do this silently now, because I also want to find out about how you guys' days have been. For me, of course, it's kind of like midday, I guess. So, not really much has happened today for me, other than making a tier list, as you can see. But what about you guys? How have you been? What's the haps, as the people say? I don't think anyone says that anymore. See this guy? Okay. We're gonna put him in the DEX. Forgettable enough. I'm gonna make sure that as many forgettable Pokemon gets to stay in the DEX because, you know, forgettable Pokemon deserve some love. Honestly, you know. You know who isn't forgotten? This guy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Mega Alakazam like one of the few megas that are considered Uber? I'm pretty sure they are. Pretty good, just enjoying the winter break before school starts again. Fair enough. Yeah, winter break is the best time to be alive. Other than for your hands. Your hands just freeze to death. Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do any progress on the new Mega Zs, but I'm hoping I can do that today because I'll kind of be forced to draw, sort of like the other stuff will be busy. I'll have to draw to keep myself busy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna use that time to basically draw all the Mega Zs that I was thinking of, Mega Zygarde Z and stuff. I'm trying to fight my sleep deprivation by sleeping at 3 a.m., waking up at 8 a.m., and trying my hardest not to sleep until 11. That is extremely unhealthy. Is there a reason you're doing that to yourself? Genuinely, that sounds horrifying. Horrifyingly unhealthy. You also get to go in the bin. School starts in like a week. I need to fix my sleep schedule. All right, I get that, but there's no reason you should be sleeping at 3. 3 is is insane because in an hour the sun rises. The sun usually rises like, I know it's winter technically, but still I'm pretty sure the sun rises around like 4 to 5. You're barely catching any Z's at that point. For this one, they both get to stay in the DEX mainly because I mentioned that how both regular Graveler and Alolan Graveler can evolve, sort not evolve, but Divishift into that Divishift form. I think it's one of the cool features of Divishifting is just visually it may change, but type-wise it can also change and stuff. Since it's not a type change, it's only a visual change, you can like do it based on forms as well. So same with, oh yeah, same with, actually, that reminds me. Where is he? There he is. Alolan Raichu is also going to be put back into the DEX because I completely forgot that that's how Divishift works. That stays. I think we're gonna implement something like, I say we're gonna, like as if it's gonna be turned into a game, but like in theory, I feel like it could be implemented as, you know, some sort of custom item called like pancakes or something, given it's kind of what Alolan Raichu is related to, that you use to evolve Pikachu into Alolan Raichu, I feel like. Not 3 a.m., 3 p.m. the next day. 3 p.m. Oh, okay, 8 a.m. Now it's the opposite concern because why are you sleeping so much? You know, like before I thought, okay, wait, not 3 a.m., 3 p.m. the next day. What's the original message? I'm trying to fight my sleep deprivation by sleeping at 3 a.m., waking up at 8 a.m. I don't know, my brain's not braining, but either way, both scenarios are bad. Because if you're going to sleep at 3 a.m. and waking up at 8, you're sleeping way too less. And if you're going to sleep at 3 p.m. and waking up at 8, you're sleeping way too much. Also, hi, bot dude. Truly, are you nocturnal? That is my question. Ponyta recently got a Galarian form. I say recently, but it's been like, what, 3, 4, 5 years now? So it's been a long time since Galar came out. But nevertheless, still in the recent memory of sorts. So we're going to put him in deported. The latest time I slept is 3 p.m. the next day. No, I still don't get it. The 3 p.m. the next day, I don't know, man. So you stayed awake the whole night before? Oh, so you're one of those guys. So like you're like, oh, I'll fix my sleep schedule by staying up the whole night. You're one of those people. Got it. Still bad. Magnets. Mr. Magnets. I don't know. I'm sorry, dude. I feel bad for everyone being deported. Every Kanto Pokemon being absolutely deported out of hell. But honestly, it's only fair. Kanto gets too much love, so I'm not going to give it any this time. Basically, the entire summer this year I did that. So what I'm hearing is you just stayed up the entire summer. You stayed up 50% of the summer and you went to sleep the other 50%. Like, still, why? Actually, you know what? I really do want Farfetch'd into the decks. Farfetch'd deserves all the love. And, okay. I'm gonna, nah. You know, given the connection of Galar and Mahagiri, if you know, obviously, Legends Lotus and stuff, I feel like Galarian Farfetch'd being in Mahagiri makes a lot of sense. You know, with the amount of colonial history that India has, it can be one of the few Pokemon that, you know, cross over from there. Even though we've kind of put away a bunch of the major Galarian Pokemon, or like Galarian forms at least, we'll see. A lot of the Galarian decks is probably going to have a lot of crossover here. We'll get to it when we get to it. That's like a lot of generations to, like, we have a lot more generations to get through before we get to Galar actually, so we're just going to speed up. Doduo and Dodrio, actually, I'm going to put them in the decks because Forgotten Duo. Same with Dugong. Now I would put Dugong and Seal? Yeah, Seal into the decks, but I don't really think India has seals. I know neither does Japan, but I don't even think Indian zoos, like I say Indian zoo, I'm sure there is an Indian zoo which has it, but like none that I've gone to, so we're gonna put that in the, not in the decks at least. Oh, for sure. We kind of like, okay, mostly it didn't really touch on the colonialism part of it because we haven't gotten there yet, but that was the aim to sort of set up the groundwork for that plotline for Mahagiri in Legends Lotus, which was the sort of 3-part miniseries that I did with voice acting with a bunch of my fellow YouTubers. That was sort of the Legends plotline of Mahagiri, and it's mostly just set up for the proper one, which is Legends Macraqua, which is more so set during the peak of the colonialist, the end of the colonialist era. At least in my head, I know I have not properly written that story yet, but the Legends Lotus storyline actually focuses majorly on the ancestors of the Galar characters. So even though it's set in Mahagiri, it's like more so a Legends Galar, which is very fun. And yeah, colonialist history is something that is so intertwined with India that if you don't mention that in an India region, you kind of messed up, Devar. But, you know, you got to do something about it. Regardless, British having a relationship with India is technically correct, but calling it a relationship is a massive understatement. Yeah, true. Exactly. I'm gonna put Muck. This is just a personal thing. I just don't like Muck, so I'm just gonna put him deported. Prog Magic is my Arch nemesis. I have no hate for the guy, but he's my arch nemesis. He's my rival, even. He's the Gary Oak to my red. Because he's always ahead of me, that's why. Now, I do like Ghastly and Gengar, so I'm going to put them in the decks. Even though they don't really get any gimmick forms, but, you know, it's only fair. Prog Magic, or as I like to call him, the guy who makes Region Slob. John Region Slob, that's who he is now. I don't know why he's turned into that. I mean, he used to actually think about the regions back in the day. I remember Cornera. Cornera was fun. But then he had to do an India region, had to steal my thunder, huh? Onyx. Okay, Onyx is not worth. Now, oh, by the way, Slop Magic. For also considering that I did just put Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar into the decks, OG viewers know that there used to be a Pokemon called Alair in the Pokedex, but Stern viewers also know that he recently commissioned, like I commissioned him, basically a replacement for that Mon. It's been rendered since then, but I haven't shown the rendered version off publicly yet. But there is in one of his streams, I actually commissioned him to do a singular design because I, for the life of me, could not come up with a design for that one, and I also won a free commission thing he was doing. So Alair, unfortunately, no longer in the Pokedex, which is why Gengar gets to come back into the Pokedex, which is pretty fun, honestly. I personally like Gengar, and Alair was, let's just say, it was an aged design. Okay, so honestly, it's fair to finally put it to rest for now. Conceptually, though, the design lives on. But yeah, same with Onyx. I think Onyx just, yeah, sorry, bro. Most of the new Mega, not new Mega, but like most of the Pokemon with Megas may not get into the Mahagiri decks because, they already have some love shown to them by the Pokemon community. Or not community, but the Pokemon developers at least. So, I feel like putting Drowsy in and Hypno in, I don't know. Part of me wants to do it for the whole MNJ TV Drowsy thing, as an MNJ TV fan, but another part of me knows how cursed these guys are, and really trying not to put them in there. The crab. There's a superior crab in the Pokemon universe, and that's the only crab that'll be in this Pokedex. Thank you very much. That superior crab also got a new Mega Evolution, for those who have been looking into ZA, of course. Which I'm so happy for. My boy finally got a Mega Evolution. Finally. Voltorb is such a nothing burger design. And Hisuians, obviously the Hisuian forms are majorly not going to be in the decks. Because they're Hisuian forms, but we'll see. I actually sometimes forget that Hisui had regional variants. I don't know why, even though they're so memorable regional variants. I just forget that they are from Hisui. Yeah, I feel like these guys make sense. You can kind of already see the amount of glaze I put on Alola because I'm really considering not putting regular Exeggutor into the decks. If someone said that they said their favorite Pokemon was Hypno, I would know how to think about it. I would not know how to think of. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But yeah, do I give in to the Alola glaze and just get rid of Exeggutor? I'm gonna do it. You know why, especially I want to do it? Because of the amount of times I've gotten that damn EX Exeggutor card in TCG Pocket. Every time I've opened that like Genetic Apex, I think that's where it's from. It's always the only EX I get is this bum. So you know what? You get deported. Absolutely pissed me off. Cubone's the little guy. Come on, he needs to be in here. And we're gonna put both forms in there. Why not? I feel like we could figure out a way to implement. In theory. I personally like Hypno, but yeah, that's weird. Yeah, yeah. But what? Okay. I think YouTube thought you were gonna say bud, but spelled with two T's. Unfortunate placement of the star. Bro deported someone because of personal beef. Yeah, I've been doing that. I also have personal beef with where was it? Who did I who did I do that to? Okay, never mind. I think my brain is playing tricks on me. No, yeah, definitely my brain's playing tricks on me. Never mind. All right. Tyrogue is pretty cool. He gets to stay. He's a cool guy. Also, real quick, why are some of these models like standing like that? Just standing there menacingly. It's the same with the Machop and Machamp one. I don't know what is wrong with them. My autocorrect is not autocorrecting today. Do we want a Pokemon that's whole gimmick is licking in the Mahagiri region? I don't think we do. I don't think anyone does. We're gonna do this, and honestly, you know what? Yeah, given again, once again, the Galar connections, we're gonna be putting regular coughing back into deported. They're posing. Some pose. They're just standing. They're just standing there, menacingly. Josuke Part 3 on pose. Wakatte kureno ka? I think that's what he says. I don't know if I said something wrong, by the way. I don't speak Japanese, but... This is buggy. Wait, this is bugging me, and I'm not sure if I'm seeing things, but Mega Kangaskhan looks way slimmer than normal Kangaskhan. No, it's just the angling. They look the same to me. It's just the angling. Yeah, it's just the angling. Because Mega Kangaskhan sort of posed like backwards. Like, I don't really know how to explain that. I don't know why I'm trying to explain that. Never mind. But different pose. That's kind of what it is. Rhyhorn. Correct me if I'm wrong. Which Pokemon was like the first one? It was Rhydon, right? Whoa. Rhydon was the very first Pokemon that was kind of made. I feel like it's only fair that he gets to stay because of sort of the significance he has to the art history of everything. Who's screaming in your house? No one's screaming in my house. I think you're hearing the birds. The birds are from my neighbors. They have a bunch of birds. No one's screaming, don't worry. We have a neighbor with a lot of birds of various kinds, and usually around this time they go extremely wild for no reason. No rhinos live in India. Actually, yeah, they did. I used to have the grass starter actually was a rhino, but I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the rhino species of India is extinct. I can't check it, but I know they used to exist in India, so I'm gonna put them in there. It is the animatronics, indeed. It's Chica. No, never mind. It's not Chica. No, we do not have a portable Chica in our house. I'm gonna put the eggs in here. Okay, no. Technically, we do need to put the eggs here, mainly because... Oh, wait, never mind. I forgot Audino exists. No, Audino is gonna be in this DEX. I'm also a Unova fan, so... If you couldn't tell already. Yeah, those two... Wait a minute. I'm sorry, why was Tangela in the Gen 1 section? No way is Tangela a Gen 1 Pokemon, right? Okay, the red and blue category, for those who are tuning in. Red is in Mahagiri. These are all the Pokemon that are in the Mahagiri National Dex, and blue is huge, Jesus, is all the deported Pokemon. And gift Pokemon are basically the Pokemon that are not considered to be part of the Pokedex, but can be obtained through gifts. Tangeli, yeah. Tangeli is not in the Kanto Pokedex, right? Or am I just being gaslit here? I don't know what is happening. But speaking of Kangaskhan, since it's just one Pokemon, sure, put it in there. I swear Tangela is not its real name. We're getting rage baited. No, it's Tangeli. Of course it's Tangeli. We all know it's Tangeli. Oh, I do need to check this. Are seahorses found in India? Let me check. Are sea horses found in India? Because if they are found in India. The funny thing is, this doesn't mean that I'm putting Horsey into the DEX. This might just mean that I'm making a very, a new seahorse Pokemon, because I've always wanted to make one. Nevertheless, I think I'm going to put them in the gift, because having a gift Pokemon be like a water dragon type, honestly, could be a really fun thing for those who know about the gift being there. And, in a theoretical game, I have to mention that every time. This is not a real game. I don't intend to turn Mahagiri into a game, so we'll see. Oh, there it is. French Goldeen. Just for being French, you get deported. No, I'm kidding. But no, I think we're going to have a lot better fish candidates. So we'll see. Speaking of fish candidates, real quick, I just noticed the other one, and we're going to get this out of the way. Magikarp is getting deported for one reason. Turns out, I didn't know this, but Magikarp is in every single Pokedex, from Gen 1 all the way to the current one. So I want to break that. No more Magikarp. Magikarp can stay in this Kanto-based ocean for as long as it wants. It's not coming over to Mahagiri anytime soon. The star man is here. We're going to put him in here. Why not? Oh, the frame drops was stupid. Whoa, 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 whoa. Zapdos, don't move around. Oh, hold on. There we go. We fixed it. We're gonna shove the Mega down here, actually. You're French, you're getting deported. You should not be saying stuff like that, Lava. Yeah, I'm sorry. Ooh, yeah, another fellow ice Galarian form. The Mahagiri region is supposed to be a little ice heavy, given, they focus on the Mahagiri, which, by the way, for those who don't know, obviously there's a lot of you who may not know Hindi, but Mahagiri generally translates to Great Mountain. Maha means great, Giri means mountain. So it's really focused on the great mountains of India, which India doesn't really have great mountains, but there is the Himalaya very close, and Himalaya is what inspired Mount High Rock, which is very important in the lore. And so naming the region Mahagiri also kind of means that I'm going to be putting a lot more ice-type Pokemon into the Pokedex or in the gift section. So yeah, pretty much. There you go. So regular dudes get to stay in. Mr. Mime and Mime Jr. do not, I'm afraid. The Magikarp boycott, indeed. Now, what would be fun is actually putting these guys in the decks, mainly because Black Augurite is found in Mahagiri. That is something we actually set up in the Legends Lotus. So, Legends Lotus series. So, showing it off here makes sense. And making basically, for those who haven't seen, Itachion is another form of, it's not an evolution, but it's an evolution, the regional EV sort of, and that evolves with the Black Augurite. So having another Black Augurite evolution makes sense. But unfortunately, Mega Caesar obviously doesn't make it in. Jinx seriously should not make it in, for obvious reasons. And I feel like, unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever way you see it, given the fact that Smoochum, Jinx, and Electabuzz and Magmortar and stuff, they're supposed to be sort of this trio of Pokemon, I'm unfortunately going to be putting all of them into Deported, because it only makes sense. I know they are no longer considered a trio because Jinx never got an evolution, but oh, we'll see. Shouldn't Mime Jr. be in the DEX because you need Mime Jr. to evolve into Galarian Mr. Mime? Here's the thing, is that how it works? I don't really know, but given you're saying that, I'm gonna do it. I don't exactly know if Mime Jr. can evolve into Galarian Mr. Mime. Maybe that's the case. But yeah, I think basically making sure that a regional form is not tied to a specific region is something that needs to happen in Mahagiri and in the actual Pokemon games. So like making sure that Mr. Rhyme is the version that it's found in Mahagiri. It makes sense. And also, we kind of all love Charlie Chaplin, so it's only fair. Rip Electivire? Yeah, rip. Not the phone charger Pokemon, no. Is there enough Outroar for me to put Electivire back into the Pokedex? Who knows? Guess we'll see. If there is, I may be swayed. Oh wait, no. We put Pinsir in there. We're gonna have to put Heracross in there, and I like my boy Heracross, so we're gonna do it. Although, I feel like there are more than enough beetles found all over the world, so it's only fair. Yes, put my Charger Monkey in. What? Why is this message held for review? I don't know at this point. YouTube, what's going on? I feel like if Charger Monkey is going back in, it's only fair that slightly offensive Chicken also gets back in. So we're going to do that. But unfortunately, Jinx does not. We're going to be kicking Jinx out. I say that, and even though Jinx is considered what? Jinx is an Ice type, right? It could be interesting if I gave Jinx a regional evolution or a regional variant. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think we're doing any more regional variants or evolutions for Mahagiri, given the fact that it's already bloated with regional forms and regional variants. Like, that's like more than, not more than, but like around 20 to 30% of the dex is just that. So, yeah. Tauros. Yeah, we're putting Paldea and Tauros in because we have a whole lot of bulls, and specifically, yeah, I feel like the version from Paldea is just cooler, even by a little bit. Bulls are pretty significant to the sort of, we have bull carts and stuff, it's only fair. I'm sorry, regular Tauros, you will be forgotten. You will be forgotten, yes. I love how we're almost coming in on 1 hour and we haven't even finished the Kanto deck, so let's speed this up. We might have to extend this specific stream into multiple parts. We'll see. I really want to finish it today, though. I don't know. Gyarados. Oh, why is Mega Gyarados here? Didn't we put Magikarp already in the deported? Get over here. 7-hour stream? No, we spend 1 hour on each region, so it would be like 9-hour stream, maybe. Lapras. We're going to make Lapras a gift, because Lapras makes sense as a gift, I think. Or, you know what? We're going to put Lapras in the Pokedex. Wait, hold on, let me fix this. There we go. Ditto. Ditto is in the Sansamar dex, so we can put him away for the Mahagiri dex. Eevee. Eevee has a regional variant, or not regional variant, a regional fake in Mahagiri, so no Eevee, unfortunately. But it's one of those regional fakes made before regional fakes were a thing, so it's like, it's called Eevee, so it's technically still a regional variant, but in lore, it's a regional fake. Kind of like your, sorry, your boy Sylveon's getting in here. Don't worry, for every single evolution that gets deported, there's like 20 more evolutions, and they're all dragon types in Mahagiri, so it's only fair. If you haven't seen that, I held a sort of Evil Eevee extravaganza, basically what it was called, and a bunch of fellow artists got to send in their own evolution designs, and they're all in the Mahagiri decks. So we have our own sort of, we have stuff like Dupleon, we have Itachion, like I mentioned. Uh, we have Pazuzion, a lot of cool ones. So yeah, unfortunately, because of those, Eevee does not get to stay in the decks. I'm sorry. Porygon, sorry, dude, this guy is, it's, yeah, no. Sorry, Porygon is not making it in. We cannot, of course, get rid of Lord Helix. Lord Helix, our Lord and Savior, cannot be gotten rid of by, in any ways. In any way necessary. Blah, whatever. We're putting the Mega in here, though. Snorlax. We do have a regional fake of Snorlax, so unfortunately, no longer part of the decks. We have Roartash, which is really fun. Now, legendaries. We're already in the legendaries, finally. Is Digital Code a software and a scam site found in India? Oh, true, true. We do have a lot of scammers. I feel like Porygon would make sense. Now that you say it. Yeah, I think you've convinced me. Wait. Imagine. Hear me out. There's a special, like, individual in some kind of building or something, and it's very much like a scammer, and that scammer trades you a Porygon Z or something, you know? So that's how you get the gift Porygon. You know how, unfortunately, sort of the general consensus about India is sort of mocked and everything around how there are so many scammers, etc., in India. So it would be a very funny nod to that. But yeah, legendaries. I do believe generally legendaries do get a pass, right? So I suppose we could put the legendaries into the... Let's just make a separate tier of legendary, right? Because I feel like legendaries kind of just get into the decks because they're legendaries. Look at all the new games. They kind of just made events for legendaries, right? So actually that would just bloat this. So let's just decide. An NPC that scams players sounds hilarious. I know, right? Yeah, that would be funny. You know what? I'm gonna just put them in here so it makes more sense. Mainly because, again, legendaries get a pass because they're legendaries. Dragonite. I love Dragonite. I literally drew a Mega Dragonite Z yesterday. But does it get to stay in the Mahagiri decks? I don't know. Has the third most filled Pokedex, so like the rest will be easier? Hopefully. We did spend an entire... granted, we technically did do more than just the Kanto decks. We had a bunch of regional forms in here and a bunch of Mega Evolutions. So I think, especially when you get to Sinnoh has a pretty concise dex and also barely any regional variants. So we'll be blazing through that, I think. So yeah, I think... Oh yeah, Mewtwo, let's just put Mewtwo in here for obvious reasons. And Mew in here for obvious reasons. And Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite. What do you guys think? Should they get the pass? Should they get into the Mahagiri decks? Or should they be deported? That's the question. We'll let you guys think. In the meantime, I will be going on to the Johto decks finally, and easy enough, all the starters are going to be in the decks because they have Divishift forms, and they look leagues better than the Mega Evolutions. Yes, they should. Okay, we got our first yes, they should. All right. Let's see. The Croc. Oh my god, it's Asthmatic Totodile. Get at it, I mean. Yeah. I figured, yeah. Asthmatic Totodile. I can't do the stern impression of Asthmatic Totodile. But who knows? If we say his name enough times, he will get summoned. That's usually how he works. They're too common. Let us see more niche dragons. Niche dragon-wise, I think Haxorus is definitely staying in the decks. He's one of my favorite dragon Pokemon, so we'll see. Oh my god, come on. If we don't put Sentret and Furt into the decks, it'd be a crime. Like Applin and Driplin. Ooh, unfortunately I will say, you might hate me for this, Applin, Driplin, Hydrapple, they're not gonna be in the decks but there is a silver lining to this. There is a regional variant of them, which is called Omlin. It's technically a regional variant, but it changes the name. But it's a mango form basically. So those are already in the decks. We're not gonna have the apples, unfortunately. But trust me, it's way more worth it. Those guys are some of my favorite designs. If you haven't, they have their own separate video basically, just about those mango mons. So you can go check that out. Those are fun. I really like designing them. Hoot Hoot. Oh yeah, Hoot Hoot again, another Girian form, so does not get into the Mahagiri decks. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, these guys are also not going to be getting into the decks because we have a regional, no, not a regional variant. Sansamar does have them in the decks, and we're going to try not to double down on the Sansamar decks and stuff, because basically there is a mutant form of, I want to say, what's this one called? This one is Ladyba, huh? This is Ladyba, right? Or is this Ladyba? I don't know, but one of them has a mutant form. I cannot remember all 1,000 names. Bite me, but yeah. But when you said mango, my brother overheard. Oh no! Oh no! I don't get that one. Even if I still remotely understand 6-7, I do not get that one at all. So I don't know anything about that. But before we continue, I think we're, for now at least, putting the dragons into the decks. They can be sort of like hard to find, so that we can still put more focus on the other dragons. But yeah, you should put your brother in the deported section as well. True, true. The Winter Soldier sleeper Winter Soldier sleeper agent. Here's the thing though, I'm making the thing right now. I really hope that once I cut out of this tier list after the stream, it doesn't just disappear. You know, all this progress just doesn't disappear randomly. I really hope so. If it does, I can remake it because I'll probably have the same exact thought process. But hopefully. I think it'll save. I'm pretty sure it'll save. Spinnerack and Ariados. Pretty cool guys. I think they deserve to stay. Gen 2 has some of the fun designs, so they do get to stay, honestly. Gen 2 Blaze, question mark? Natu Zatu, though. You know what? Natu and Zatu are going to stay for one reason. It's because of Natu Natu, the song from RRR, and the amount of global fame that song got, thanks to our Lord and Savior SS Rajamouli. I think it's hilarious that there's a Natu Pokemon, like a Pokemon called Natu, and not keeping that in the Mahagiri decks, even if it has nothing to do with India at all, I think is hilarious. And yeah, also, given that it is India, I unfortunately do have to put these guys in here. I don't think we have, what is it, like, anglerfish? I don't think anglerfishes are found in India, unfortunately. We do have a lot of sheep, but I think for the sheep representation, we're gonna go with Wooloo, so we're gonna put Mareep in here as well. Mainly because I'm not the biggest fan of Ampharos. I think it's a weird progression for Mareep. So, yeah. Azumarill, and Meryl. Tough decision. Very tough decision. Might have to put them in there. Unless there's outroar from you guys. Bonsly and Sudowoodo. Bonsly and Sudowoodo are equally interesting. Yeah. All right. Yeah. These guys are definitely going in here. I know they're extremely forgettable, but I think these are the few Pokemon in the Dex that are forgettable for a reason and should stay forgettable, because I genuinely don't know how to fix them. Like, unless you give them new forms, which already we're not doing because we're maxed out on forms. So, yeah. Well, Apom and Ampom, you know what? It's only fair. We have a lot of monkeys. Here's the thing. We have a regional monkey Pokemon, so if I suppose that doesn't really clash, we have a lot of monkey species found in India. So honestly, it's nice that there are. Honestly, I might just put every monkey Pokemon into the Dex anyway, because of the amount of monkey variety found in India. So yeah. This guy will not get in because, again, Sansamar clause, sort of, because there is a mutant Sunflora we have to consider. Yanma and Yanmega, we do have a lot of dragonflies. I've seen a bunch myself, so we're going to put them in here. Wooper, you can never go wrong with any Woopers. We're going to put these guys as gifts. We're going to have a lot of gift Pokemon, and it's only fair that list is supposed to get big nowadays because, again, we have 1,000 Pokemon. Murkrow, there is obviously a significantly cooler and better Crow Pokemon in form of Corviknight. So, I think, and given the fact that it also has so much connection to the, the colonial history and stuff, being from Galar and everything, I think we should only stick to one Crow Pokemon for the Dex. Misdreavus and Mismagius are interesting Pokemon, to say the least. And there isn't really any particular reason for them to be in the Dex, unfortunately. Mainly because, I don't really see any importance they give to them being in the Dex or anything. Unknown. I'm so glad they did not put every single unknown form in here, because this deporting a singular unknown image is way easier than deporting every single letter of the alphabet. You know what? I'm gonna put unknown in gift because I might design a special unknown which is inspired by the Indian letters. Well, not Indian letters, that's not a thing, but like maybe a Hindi letter or something. Hindi, Bengali, something. And that can be like a singular gift Pokemon, but yeah. What did the alphabet do to get deported? Yeah, no longer deported. Putting him in gift. Why not deport? Why not? Giraffes are found. Giraffes are not found in India, nor are they found in Japan. But unfortunately, I don't think there is any reason to put giraffes in here. Same with Pinecone Fortress. Why is it bugging like this? Yeah, I started off with saying this is going to be a Johto Glaze session, but I ended up like consistently deporting so many Johto Pokemon, so that's on me. My bad, guys. Unknown should be in the Dex. I might move him up. We'll see. You know what? I don't know. I don't think all of the unknown are unknown in like have unknown been in every Dex since Johto? That's my question actually. I know they have some significance to Arceus and stuff, even though that was a later edition, but I don't know if they've been in every single Dex since their release. Dunsparce is in the Dex. The Dunsparce is not, because we have a regional evolution, which does need a redesign, but I don't know if I want to do it. It's kind of iconic, but also kind of old. So, yeah, Dunsparce is in the Dex. The Dunsparce is not. Gliscor, right. Gligar and Gliscor. Gligar and Gliscor, they're chill. We all want them in here, of course. Nah, Granbull gets to put in here. Quillfish, Quilladin. Quilladin? No, Quilladin is not in this Dex. No, this is just Quillfish. Quilladin is Chestnuts pre-evolution. Never mind. Quillfish. So obviously the Hisuian form is not making it in for obvious reasons. But regular Quillfish. Yeah, kind of a nothing burger design, so we're going to put them right there. Especially without that Hisuian treatment, there's no particular need to be in the DEX, to be honest. Okay. Shuckle. Shuckle's iconic enough. We did put Pinsir in the DEX, am I right? Yes, we did. So, by that logic, Pinsir being in the DEX means Heracross gets to be in the DEX. Woo! Of course, Mega doesn't. And Sneasel, again, Sansamar mutant issues, so we're going to put these guys in here because Sansamar has mutant Sneasler, I think. It was mutant Sneasler, right? Yeah, it was mutant Sneasler, I think. Or I guess it was just mutant Weavile, I guess. It looks very different from both of them. Anyway, oh, oops, hold on. And we're back. All right. Let's see, where were we? Teddy Ursa, right? Yeah, we can put Teddy Ursa back in the decks. We have bears. Bears are known. Ursaluna, though, sorry, but not gonna be in the decks. Does Ursaluna have a stone evolution? Okay, you know what? Ursaluna might get into the decks, honestly. Not Blood Moon Ursaluna for obvious reasons, but, you know. Magcargo and Magmortar. Not in the decks. Even as a Lava Tyrant, I cannot approve of those designs, I'm sorry. Little guy gets to be in the decks. Mamoswine. Who in the Pokedex, like, who in the Pokemon company just thought, did I say Magmortar? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Slugma. My bad, my bad. Whoops. Anyway. Yeah, what I was saying, who thought it was an idea to fuse a mammoth and a pig? Who thought that was a good idea? We don't have Coral here, so we can put these guys there. Remoraid and Octillery. Guns, we like guns. Delibird. Okay, before we put Delibird in there, let's just put this guy in the... out of the decks, get deported. Delibird. Yeah, let's put Delibird in there. I don't see why not. Christmas is kind of big everywhere, so, you know, there's not really any point of not putting Delibird into the decks. Mantike and Mantine. I'm sorry. Well, no, I guess they do go in the deck. Stingrays are found here. Metal Bird. Yeah, we'll put Metal Bird in there. Zapdos' #1 fan. Who is? Oh, yeah. Skarmory, I guess. Oh, yeah. There we go. My favorite dog. Houndoom. gets to be in the DEX for sure. Call it bias, I don't care. The bestest of boys, that right there. Fanpy and Donphan, I'm gonna skip. Ooh, oops. I'm not gonna be putting them in the DEX because we're gonna be putting Copper Raja and Qfint, I think is the. No, Qfint is this guy. Wait. Whatever. Copper Raja and his pre-evolution are gonna be in the DEX. I cannot remember the pre-evolution's name. Deer. Dumbledore. It was Qfin. Okay, my bad. That is Fanpy. I think I did just say Fanpy and I immediately blanked on it. Never mind. Smeargle. Smeargle. Yeah, Smeargle's. You know what? Smeargle's very forgotten. We're gonna put him in the DEX. Miltank can go to hell. I'm not even deporting that guy. I'm deporting that guy to straight to hell. Raikou, obviously. Legendary Claws. Legendary Claws means they're going to be getting in. Right. It's only fair that Lava Tyranitar gets to be in the DEX. So we're putting him right in there. Lugia and Ho-Oh, once again, Legendary Claws. Celebi, Legendary Claws. And that means we're in Gen 3. You were right. Gen 2 went so fast. Kanto has so many things in it. I did not think that was the case. Okay. Kanto having 151 Pokemon is a lie. Johto was insanely fast. Well, we're in Hoenn now. Let's see who gets in through Hoenn. Now, we're in the territory of starter without a Divishift form in the form of Trico, Blaziken, sorry, not Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. These guys don't have Divishifts because they got Megas. But does that mean they're not in the DEX? I feel like the fact that I'm almost considering removing, Sceptile. I'm just saying. I know people will be turning their heads, but I don't see any reason to keep Sceptile, Blaziken. I love Blaziken, trust me, but I don't think there is a reason to keep them in the DEX, given the fact that they're not going to have Divishift forms, and usually there are at least one trio of starters that are not available in the region. So we'll see. Before we come to the decision on that, we can't put these guys into the DEX though, for obvious reasons. Oh, the goons, the zigzagoons. Yeah, we can put the gooners in the DEX. Why not? Wurmple? The goons is mad. Wurmple. Okay, we do need a butterfly Pokemon, given we didn't go with a... Honestly, I think there is a better butterfly Pokemon in Kalos, so we're going to be doing that. I mean, everywhere has Gooners, I feel like. That's not even really a question, to be honest. Now, that is a comment I understand YouTube removing. Vivillon mentioned? Yeah, Vivillon is probably going to be the butterfly of the Pokedex. So we can actually get away with putting Dustox and Beautifly in the deported section. Lotad and Crew, they're chill. We get to put them in. Oh my god. Isn't it crazy? Ludicolo is not being deported. I will not elaborate further. Alright. C-Dot. C-Dot, I'm just putting him in here because he's my first shiny, so yeah, fair enough. First ever shiny of mine was an Nuzleaf. Oh, sorry, Shiftry. So, a little bit of bias, but okay. If you know, you know. Yeah, if you know, you know. What do you mean you hate Ludicolo? Ludicolo is the goat. He's chill. He's just dancing. You know what? Given the fact that these guys are not as important, I think. I mean, they are important, but given the fact that they don't have div shifts, I'm putting them in gifts. Maybe you get to pick one Hoenn starter. Maybe, maybe. We have a lot of gift Pokemon, huh? I don't even think a real, like, an actual Pokemon game has ever had this many gift Pokemon, so it's a little fun thing. Mudkip the goat. Yeah, it'll be up to you guys to pick which one you want. That's like the gift is the only way you get that in your decks. So I'm gonna have to make sure the gift section doesn't get too big because I won't. I will slowly lose access to the other tiers if it does. Talo, Talo, Talo Swift. Yeah, you can go there. 30 gifts per gym. At this point, yeah. I mean, like, in theory, it's not really that many. You really only get a Pichu gift, a Ninetales gift, a Meowth gift, a Psyduck gift. You know what? I'm sorry. Psyduck, no need for you to be gift. You can go get deported. Horsey gift, Wooper, specifically Paldean Wooper. And, yeah, I think it's mostly fine. It's my boy Psyduck? Yeah, sorry. You made me look harder at the gift section. Blame yourself. No longer a gift. Ungifted. Rewind. No, no rewinds. Same with Pelipper. Pelipper's too goofy. For the other goons as well. Oh, oops. We're gonna put the megas in here actually. Hold on. Oh, and this guy. I forgot about this guy. Remove the goons. Nah. Actually, you know, I'm gonna keep them, but they do have a counterpart, I guess, in the form of Absirance in the Mahagiri decks. So I suppose they don't really need to stay, but I think they can stay. You know, I think they can stay. Surskit, sorry. Surskit has a very specific noise it makes in the anime. I keep forgetting. The fact that Psyduck got deported for having too many gifts when Porygon, who's here because of a freaking racist stereotype, is insane. Yep. Now that you say it, I'm almost tempted to deport that one too. When you say it like that, I mean, when you say it like that, just saying. But yeah, definitely gets to be in the decks for sure. Shroomish and Breloom. Sneak peek. Breloom may or may not have a Divi Shift. So, which I have not shown anywhere else. So, I guess to say. Slackoth and Crew. Here's the thing. When it comes to Hoenn, I think a lot of the Pokemon may or may not get, put up or down because some of them may or may not get Divi Shifts because I haven't really gone through the decks of Hoenn yet. Had every human-like Pokemon because they are humans in idea. Humans in India, yeah. There are humans in India, holy shit. Nincada. Yeah, sure. We'll have the demon return once again. Shedinja the demon. So I'm calling Shedinja the demon when it's probably the most angelic looking Pokemon in currently, which is hilarious. More like not literally angelic, but like theoretically angelic Pokemon, I guess. Whismur. No. 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 Lava, is this real? Are there actually humans in India? Well, I'm sorry, dude, but I gotta tell you, there are no humans there. It's all creatures. We're all creatures, dude. There's no humans here. We just say there are. Eagle's mega absol. True. There are noises in India. Inaccurate region. True. True. Fair enough. xCloud needs to be there. You're right. Now, here's the thing. Noises for like noise pollution, that doesn't really come from something like xCloud, which is a speaker. But I'm going to give it a pass. Hariyama. Hariyama. Yeah, we like him. We like him. We're going to put him in. There are speakers. Well, yeah, there are. I'm just saying. Punching is in India. This is a great bit, by the way, guys. We're putting everything in there. We have everything here. Okay. Noses are in India, so. No, 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 no. We don't have noses. We don't have noses. There are no rocks. The cats, yeah, sure. Let's add the cats. Are there any other cat Pokemon that I'm currently like forgetting, other than something like Sprigatito or something? All the gaslighting. Yeah, we don't have gemstones in India. No, we don't have rubies. We do have whatever Mawile is, though, for some reason. Aron, Lyron, Agron. No, not Agron. What? This is Agron, right? Yeah, this is Agron. Never mind. I don't know what I'm on. The more I look at these things, the more I forget their names. It happens to the best of us, I think. If Mawile is there, add my boy Sableye. Oh yeah, you're right. They are counterparts, I suppose. All right. Yeah, you are right. Hold on. Yeah, it's officially gotten so big that I have to like scroll around. Yeah, they are counterparts, so they should be there together. I fair. Ear person. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna add this for two reasons. Number one, it's meditation. I think it's pretty synonymous with Indian culture. Secondly, it's in Devar, so it should be in Mahagiri too. Okay. Thunderdog? Should the thunder? No. There is electricity in India. Who told you that? Whoever told you that? Ooh, Illumise and Volbeat. Nobody cares about Illumise and Volbeat. Which is why they will be... No. I don't care about these guys. They do not get to be in the DEX. Thunder in India and mammals in India. Yeah, true. Phone state charging. And what made you think that, huh? Who gave you that idea? Have you ever heard of magic? I feel like Roserade makes sense to stay in the DEX. Pretty iconic design, so. Okay, Harry Potter. Gulpin. Magic? Like Prague magic? Why would you censor his name? You censored his name, and because of that, for some reason, the message got held for review, which is hilarious. Oh yeah, Carvanha is in the DEX. Sharpedo is not because there is a regional evolution. So, yeah. I knew that joke was coming. I knew that Disney's joke was coming. The Pokemon franchise exists in India, therefore every Pokemon should be included. True. I mean, yeah. The FBI might be watching. Yeah, I guess. FBI, what? Federal Bureau of, no, Fakemon Bureau of Investigation. Wait till we get to Sock. Oh no. Why did I read that comment? Whalmer. Yeah, no. No whales. Are there whales? I don't think the Indian Ocean has whales in it. There might be. I don't remember. Soul Rock and Lunatone, both because the sun and the moon exist in India. You're gonna say that with Solgaleo and Lonawa too. Water is in India. It is? No, that's the biggest lie. Okay. Numal. Oh yeah, Numal's also in the DEX, but has a regional evolution, so yeah. Torkoal. Sure, you can be in the DEX. Spoink. Apple juice on top. Only in India. Other countries do not have suns or moons. Yeah. You're right. No other place. Only here. Nowhere else is there sun and moon. Spoink. Yeah, no. Uh, there are better pigs in the Pokedex, in the worldwide Pokedex or whatever. So, Spinda is in the Dex for reasons unknown. So is this bad boy for reasons unknown. Let's just say they have some divine shifting to do. Yes, you can't spin. You can get drunk here. Yeah, that's the real deal. It's not banned. Yeah. Nowhere else. No. Only here. Cloudbird. Cloudbird is fine. You can be in the decks. Ooh, Zangoose and Seviper. Again, Sansamar clause. So, as much as I do want to put them... actually, you know what? This time I'm going to break the Sansamar clause because it's Seviper and Zangoose. Two of the most... Like, we have so many mongooses and snakes here. It's only fair that they're in the decks, honestly. Solrock and Lunatone. No. Wishcash. No. I mean, actually, you know what? I might put them in, not in gift, but we're going to put them in the decks because we do need to populate the waters a little bit. And they're kind of forgettable mons, so it's only fair. I just realized Corfish and Crawdon are so down in the decks of Hoenn. That's surprising. I thought they were way earlier in the decks. But regardless, I think they're going to be in here, given that they're literally the only lobster Pokemon in the game, other than, like, Clauncher. And it's Clauncher, so... Sometimes I forget Barbouche. Barboche is a Pokemon. I remember Wishcash. Yeah, I know. If you hadn't said the name, I would not have remembered that that's what it's called, Barboche. Baltoy. No, just because making me say that name, just because of making me say that name, I'm not gonna put that guy in the decks. The Leap and Cradily don't have any reason to be in this. Barbouche, no, Barboche, Barboche. I accidentally said that. My bad. Barboche. I did correct myself. Armadillo. That's definitely what this guy is called. Armadillo. Phoebus. I think not having Magikarp in the decks means Phoebus needs to be in there. Barbouche is goated though. Yeah, Barbouche. Barbouche. You know what? We're calling it Barbouche from now on. That's what it's called. It's not Barboche, it's Barbouche. Ah, yes, cast form. I think it's a criminal not to put cast form in this. Babushka. Grandmother. Grandmother, darling. Let's see. Kecleon. Kecleon, yeah. We have a bunch of chameleons here. Shuppet. I actually genuinely forgot. Shuppet evolves into Banette. It doesn't change this, though. Duskull and Dusknoir, same thing. Well... Okay, so Dusknoir and crew, they're based on Jin, so I think it's only fair that the Jin Pokemon gets to be in here. I now have savory crackers. Thought you would want to know why. What does that even entail? Bananas are in India. Chingling and Chimeco recently got a mega treatment, so I think we can safely put them in deported. Trees don't exist in India? No. No, they do. Absol. Absol got another mega treatment, so yeah. Here's the truth, though. Angels don't exist in India. We don't have we have the Bible, but we don't believe in it generally. But yeah. I currently do not have savory crackers. I'm jealous. What savory crackers are you talking about? I don't know what this is. What is this bit? Snow Runt. Glalie. Yeah, no, these are very Japan-centered designs and tied to Japanese lore. I think it makes sense that they are not in the decks. I don't know why Xingling sounds like a racist. Yeah, true, it does. I don't know why either. I promise on the box it says savory crackers. Okay. Wait, it's actually just called savory crackers? Okay. Lightly salted. Yeah, we're gonna have some lightly salted feel. Yeah. We're just gonna shove these guys in here. Speed round, pretty much. We all love Salamence. I think it's only fair we get to put Salamence in. There we go. Sfeel. Salted Sfeel. Lightly salted Sfeel. That's what we're having tonight. I hate Salamence if Sfeel isn't in it. Sfeel. Imagine it's just Sfeel is in the game, or like in the theoretical game, and the evolutions aren't. You know, he's a good boy. He can stay. He's a small boy. Boy. Bedlam. I know it's Beldam, but I want to call him Bedlam. Bedlam does not stay. Metagross is overrated, honestly, and especially given how well known the Mega is. We already have Salamence. We don't need both pseudo legendaries from Hoenn in this dex, so one of them gets to be deported. Right. With that said, though, Legendary Claws obviously means all the Regis are going to be in the decks, and the Latis are going to be in the decks. Megas aren't. Regieleki and Regidrago. I didn't expect to like Salamence, but when I did a pseudo-legendary tier list, Salamence was one of the highest. Yeah, I mean, Salamence is kind of like one of those designs that you just... In theory or in paper, it sounds kind of meh, but in actuality, it's kind of goated. The primal forms do get to stay. I feel like they're not really megas, so fair enough. No, they are in the decks. What do you mean? They're right here. Rayquaza, obviously. Unfortunately, oh yeah, fair enough. No, I suppose that does mean no these guys, because we're not going to be putting Mega Rayquaza in here either. And if we don't put Mega Rayquaza in, it would be unfair to put in the primal forms. With that said, ooh, why is the Reggie up here? That's a Sinnoh legendary. Why is Regigigas up there? I don't know. Jirachi in the Dex Legendary Claws. Deoxys once again. And yeah, we speedran through Hoenn. And now we're in Sinnoh. So yeah. The Mega Lai line doesn't exist, in my opinion. Yeah, we're gonna draw eventually. We're gonna draw Mega Latios and Latias Z. Hopefully, we're gonna do something about it. They have D&D in India. If you look hard enough, you can actually get into D&D. At least where I am. But you know, India's a big place, I guess. I have played D&D, so you know, there are ways to play D&D. They don't really sell stuff, I guess. Let's see. Obviously, we do have... Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Oh. These two are going to be in the decks. Regular Torterra is not, because we have a regional variant of Torterra in the form of Girion Torterra. Infernape is a generational crash out. Yeah, we're going to put generational crash out in there. And we're going to put these guys in there, mainly because it would be unfair to put just Turtwig and Grottle in there and not the other two. So, well, all right then. It's kind of the whole Typhlosion thing. I think this is a hot take, but the Sinnoh starters are like my second least favorite trio. And also, clearly, they are the least favorite trio of the Pokemon Company, because they're the only ones with no gimmicks at all for some reason. So it's only fair they get to stay. I have Piplup Squishmallow. What's a oh yeah, I do know what a Squishmallow is. Never mind. Starly. No. No. Because you just got a Mega Evolution. Bidoof, it's only fair we put the gods of Pokemon in the decks. Come on. The gimmick is that they're already goated. Yeah, exactly. True. Whoop. Why did I have to do an impression? I think for that impression alone, they get to stay in the decks, huh? Cricketune, right? That's the name. Edgelord, Edgelord Mammal, also in the decks. I mean, for obvious reasons. We all love Edgelords. Whoop. I can't play it. I don't have anywhere to play it from. Do they have emos in India? I'm sure they do. I mean, come on. The emo movement, I guess, kind of is a global thing. Ooh, yeah, these things unfortunately are in the decks because I have seen them myself and they are disgusting. What these things are based off of, basically. I hate them so much. Dinosaurs in India confirmed. Yes. There we go. There's the bee. We're going to put the bee in the decks. Pachirisu. We're not going to put Pachirisu in the decks because we already have a squirrel sort of Pika clone of our own, which is based on the... basically, it's called Jaibachu. It's based on the... I forget what it's called, actually. Never mind. The Malabar squirrel, I think? Giant Malabar squirrel. That's what it's called. Let Cutiefly in. Cutiefly will also be in the decks. Don't worry. It's not both of them. Both of them will be in the decks. So, yeah. Pachirisu is not going to be in the decks because it's kind of concept duplication. So, we're going to make sure we don't double down on the same concept. Buizel and Floatzel, right? Yeah. They're all right. Cherubi. If you've watched my podcast with Stern, you know I hate Cherubi. Because of the fact that it's a forgettable design. We do have slugs. And at one point, we were supposed to give special forms to Shellos. But that never happened. Let's go, Cherubi 8. Oh, we do not want the child predators in the Pokedex. No way, Jose. And also, we have enough goon in the decks. And that is none at all. The true amount of goon in the decks is Zigzagoon. The only amount of goon we welcome here is Zigzagoon. More cats. Oh, stop doing this. I don't know why it keeps doing this. More cats. Okay, we might have jumbled up a few of them, but that's fine. Skunks. We don't really have skunks here. We have mongooses and stuff, so no. I want to say we don't. I feel like there might still be some skunks here and there. But honestly, here's the thing. Rabbit Pokemon, there's really only so many, right? There's Scorbunny, there is Buneary, and there's Bunnelby. Bunnelby is not getting into the decks either because I'm not the biggest fan of Bunnelby. Scorbunny's probably getting into the decks because of starter. You know, we could put Lopunny back in the decks. I don't know. But I feel like there's just a general connotation when it comes to Lopunny. So, yeah, Bell Pokemon definitely stays. Chatot. I mean, given the fact that there were actual birds chirping a while ago, like on stream, so yeah, they're definitely staying. Spiritomb is staying for a very fun reason. I believe in the Dex it says that 108 souls are found in Spiritomb, and 108 is a number that's very important to Hindu mythology. So it's very, because of that, I want to keep it in the Dex. There's a new Mega Garchomp. Oh yeah, Mega Garchomp Z. The most elusive, apparently, from what I hear. Personally, this is the first time I'm actually getting a good look at it. I do prefer it over the regular one. And Garchomp's goated enough to get into the decks anyway. I mean, come on, it's Garchomp. Lopunny is cute, but the community definitely ruined it for me. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I think the community is the reason that I'm unfortunately not going to be putting it in. Same with Lucario. I think Garchomp has the amount of aura and it maintains it. Lucario has aura and it keeps getting fed for it. It keeps getting, the front page treatment basically. It got another new Mega. I know Garchomp did too, but Garchomp kind of deserves it. Lucario does not. Lucario's an industry plant. Shark Boy. Really liked Vaporeon's design. Yeah. It's annoying when that happens to your favorite Pokemon. Glad my favorite Pokemon is such a Pokemon that no one can sexualize. We'll get to him eventually. I don't know if we'll even get to him in the stream because we're currently in Gen 4. He doesn't come in here until Gen 7, right? We'll see if we can get there. Vaporeon's design is genuinely so good for Gen 1. Why did they have to ruin it? I know, right? It's actually one of the best designed Gen 1 Pokemon. Hippo. Yeah, Hippo can stay. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that's what I messed up. I was like, why isn't there a pre-evolution? Hippopotas, as the anime calls it. We do have Scorulum in the decks, which needs a redesign, but for now, unfortunately, I think that means that Drapion does not get to be in the decks. What is your favorite Pokemon? It's Crabominable. Most people here know that, but yeah, it's Crabominable. That's why I'm so ecstatic it got a new Mega Evolution. I love that guy. Luckily, my favorite is a literal animal, so no one can ruin it. Oh no. Well, there is a community that can ruin it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of crossover with that community and Pokemon. So, good luck. Good luck, soldier. He seems like a better version of Abomasnow. Who does? Crabominable? Yeah, definitely. Speaking of Abomasnow, he's coming up soon. Carvanha, Unana. Oh no, this is Carnivine. Never mind. Carvanha's done. Yeah, get out of here. Finneon, Lumineon. Here's a little tidbit. You can mute for now. Until I move around this guy like this, you can mute. Because I'm going to say some Gen 10 spoilers. So 3, 2, 1, mute. Got it? Okay. From what I see, Lumineon is in the Gen 10 decks. So we're not going to be putting in the decks. Okay. Yeah, you can unmute now. All I wanted to say was, yeah, we're putting this there. Nothing more. No spoilers. All right. Speaking of Abomasnow, Crabominable's obviously going to be in the decks, and so will this guy, because he was in Legends Lotus. So yeah. Oh no, you never muted? Well, then it's not my fault. I did tell you guys. Hey, you can't blame it on me. But yeah. Rotom. If I mute, how would I know when to unmute with no audio, gang? I literally said, when I do this, you can unmute. There's someone on Discord who really likes my favorite Pokemon, and I mean really liked it, if you know what I mean, and like how to do. Oh, okay, fair enough. That sucks. That's a shame. I mean, I can't even say anything in this. It's a weird situation when it comes to that stuff, you know. So I'm just not gonna go in there. I'm not gonna go there. Rotom. Yeah. As someone said, electricity is in Pokemon. Or in India, I guess. Add only one version of Arceus. Yeah. 100%. We will. We might make a new form of Rotom, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Legendary Claws begins from here. Actually, these origin forms do get to stay for obvious reasons. They're not really megas, so. Cresselia, Fione, oh, Manaphy, Darkrai, and has that insanely horrifying Mega Evolution. I hate Mega Darkrai. This brother just decided he wanted to be a blimp. I know, yeah. I prefer when it's just the I form for Mega Darkrai. But like, you know, it's still not one of my favorite top designs or whatever. There's no shame in putting Shaman in the DEX. I'm going to put Arceus or Arceus in the DEX. I'm going to put all of his forms in here because we don't need Arceus bloating. Can Tier List Maker stop doing this? Where it just starts bugging out like crazy? I said stop. There we go. There we go. Only one form of Arceus. You just get normal type, that's it. No plates. I don't even know which one is which at this point. But yeah, we're in the goated Generation 5. Finally. This brother, I had a theory that normal is actually like the original type and angelic godlike stuff because Arceus is always base normal type. Yeah. Bro is tier listing so much, it just wants to explode. Yeah. Victini, the nuclear bomb Pokemon. Yeah. Legendary claws, obviously. These guys all have Divishift, so they're gonna stay as well. Fun fact, Divishift Embor looks way better than Mega Embor. Can't wait to show that off, actually, but it'll be a while before I can. Let's just say it gains 4 arms. That's all I'm going to say. And if that gets you hyped, good. Stay subscribed. You'll find out soon enough. Speaking of explosions... yeah. Patrat? Yeah. Okay, no. They're based on meerkats, right? Meerkats aren't really native to India, so no. Burning Spice Pokemon? Yeah, maybe. It gains 4, so it has 6 arms. No. It has 4 arms. My bad. My wording was wrong. Fair enough. Good shout. It has 4 arms. It gains 2 arms. Dog. We put the dog in the DEX. And no, not this cat. This cat's kind of annoying. I hate that they made the 3D model stand on 2 legs. It's so weird. Oh yeah, monkey. We put the monkey in the DEX. Oop, whoops. Hold on, my voice is acting up. more ZASMR. For anyone that was hearing, there you go. unfortunately, the water is still not warm. We have not found the golden zone or whatever. Mockers. Yes. Put those guys in there. Given the fact that these monkeys are based off of the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, I think that's the order, which is kind of important to spiritualism and stuff. Yeah, they need to stay for lore reasons. Was drinking in anime. Lava drinking water ASMR. Do you guys want that? I might make that a video. No, that's a joke. But maybe I'm not joking. At the end of the LTMAS, we're gonna have like 5-minute ASMR of him drinking water. Maybe. It's only day 3 and I've already like, there's at least 1 minute of me drinking water. Which one doesn't see? Which one doesn't see? Don't get that one. Which one doesn't see? Wait. Let me remember. I believe Panpour is speak no evil. No, wait. Panpour is the only one with eyes closed, so it's probably going to be the one that doesn't see, right? It's see no evil. I think. I forget which one. You can just look up the Bulbapedia. I'm not all-knowing. I don't know. You can look up Bulbapedia. I think Bulbapedia is a better place to get information. But I know that's what they're based on. They're the 3 monkeys, 3 wise monkeys or whatever. Musharna. What is Musharna supposed to be, by the way? I don't know. The fact that I don't know makes me want to put it not in the DEX. Oh, pigeon. We have so many pigeons. We have white pigeons and stuff. They're all over the front porch and everything. So, yeah, they're definitely staying. We don't have zebras here. And as someone said, we do have rocks and Mahagiri. Significantly better rock Pokemon. You know, it's always been kind of interesting that Nosepass and Gigalith have the exact same color scheme. Makes me think that Gigalith is just a crumbled version of Probopass. Panpour is C, Panpour is C, Pansage is Speak, and Pansear is here. Okay, I see. Pansage is and it's a sage that speaks. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see it. Fair enough. As I said before, the bats are going to be in the DEX because we do lack bat Pokemon in general in the general Pokedex or whatever. And we're also going to put these guys in there because we like Excadrill. Yes, this is Excadrill. Not the Mega, obviously. Yeah, there we go. Audino's here. I actually forgot Audino has a Mega Evolution? What? Oh no, I'm gonna have to Mega Z Audino. That's gonna be horrifying. Fun fact, the rock pigeon, the most common pigeon in the world, was originally native to India, I'm pretty sure. It's either India or Mediterranean? I think you mean Mediterranean. I'm pretty sure you mean Mediterranean. That is not a word. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right, though. I'll have to fact check that, but I'm pretty sure you're right. This is the only Univamon that's really one that doesn't need to be there. Meta, let's go. Timple. Oh yeah, we do not want this guy in here. I can't spiel, bro. Oh no, it's the ones you guys were waiting for. Martial art is kind of important here, so we're gonna put them in their decks. In the decks. That sounded bad. I have no idea what. Okay, wait. I'm gonna say it in the chat. Hold on. Mediterranean. There you go. There you go. I was expecting the joke. All right. Moving on. Seawaddle. No. Seawaddle does not get to be in the decks. No. I mean, this wasn't said like a million times. I have no idea what he means. You don't know what Mediterranean means? God, you guys need to read geography, man. My goat, no. Yeah, no. Levani does not need to be in the DEX. I'm sorry, Levani and Lilligant are in the same DEX? That's insane to me. My geography is so bad. Mine too. Don't get me wrong. I hated geography, but still, you need to have a little bit of information about that. Come on, come on. We have centipedes. Yeah, I've seen a lot of centipedes. They have, thankfully, never crawled onto me, but they are kind of creepy to me. Well, since I put Levani out of the DEX, I think it's only fair that I put Lilligant in the DEX. I don't know what the world map looks like. Y'all are cooked. Basculin. Basculin. Yeah, Basculin does not need to be... Oh, no, well, you know what? We're going to put Basculin in the DEX. Because I'm feeling jolly today. I'm pretty sure that makes sense, yeah. Hooked for what? When would I realistically need that knowledge? Trust me, that is one of the few knowledges you would need. Maths, so like some of the weirder maths, I can get behind not needing that knowledge, but you need to know what the world looks like. You're in it. That one Basculin with mouth open is me. Don't worry, my friend. No, don't worry, my friend thought. Jamaica was in Africa until he was 12? Okay. We have crocodiles. We love crocodiles. Actually, we don't like crocodiles. They're horrifying. I'm in the world. Oh, are you in cyberspace? I don't know. Crocodiles are in India, I think. Yeah, they are. She said she was 12. No. Darumaka. Darumaka is a monkey, right? Gorilla, I guess. There's a lot of monkeys in Unova. I just realized that. What am I holding on to? Haxorus? Whoops. My bad. My bad. Go in there. Hey, yo, I'm Code. Maractus, like I said before, cactus Pokemon. Not. You know what? Cacturne isn't in the DEX. I think one cactus Pokemon doesn't hurt. Who am I kidding? Get out of here. Sure. We didn't put Krabby in the DEX, that's fine. Let's go with my boy Haxorus. Yeah. Scraggy, Scrafty, and Ku Klux Klafty probably should not stay in the DEX because of the very unfortunate mega design. If that joke actually does not get me demonetized, I would be surprised. But I said it under my breath. I hope that the YouTube gods did not pick up on that. But still, I don't know why they designed that mega like that. It's horrifying. Yeah, I love the pants lizards too. The mega just... Why white? That's my question. Why did they think white was the right idea for a very specific design on the mega evolution? I'm sorry. That's diabolical at this point. Sigilif? Sigilif is such a weird design. What's the point of Sigilif? Yeah, mask? No. Bro doesn't mega. He just puts his hood on and gets superpowers. Superman. Civilian mode just puts the hood down. Yeah. At least that's what I hope is the case. I hope that is Superman and not what's that one movie? Evil kid Superman with a red thing. I forget. Never mind. It's another evil Superman trope. Anyway, mid movie in my opinion. Tortuga. I barely know her. You know what you're talking about. Yeah, there you go. A lot of trash is in here, so it's only fair. You know what? Because we didn't put the Lucario and crew into the decks, we're gonna be putting Zoroark into the decks. And no, we don't need to put Hisui and Zoroark into the decks. No, that's too much. That's overkill. Minchino and Chinchino. Minchino and Chinchino. Yeah, sure. Go into the decks you shall. Oh, right. I forgot this one existed, Gothita. We have Gardevoir in the decks. We don't need them. We don't need the emo versions of Gardevoir. I was just gonna say, just put the Hisui and Zoro line. Yeah, nah. The Hisui and Zoro line the whole point is that they're from Hisui. They're like exclusive to Hisui. I'm not sure if they're also found in Paldea, but like I don't want to take that away from them. That's their whole gimmick. So randomly putting them into India or like Mahagiri, I guess, like the India region would be weird. Solosis Duosion and whatever that guy is, go right there. Yeah, since the water type duck and swan Pokemon starter, technically we do still have a swan starter in the form of the grass starter, but that's kind of based on something different. If you've seen the starter video, you know it's kind of complex. So we're gonna put these guys in there. Do you have cells in India? Prison cells, yeah. No, we have cells. Of course we do. They're more spirit-like. They are more spirit-like. But again, like I said, we're taking away their whole Hisuian gimmick if we do that. That might be too much. In the words of George Lucas, it's too much. It's too much. You can't be asking what are cells now, can you? Like, we just went over how bad your geography is. At this point, you not being good in biology is rage bait. But anyway. Oh my god, thank god. They've actually piled in all the deerlings together. That's amazing. Ice cream. No. No. Can't you see that I'm busy? No. Bullying your viewers is crazy. Yeah, no, I got nothing, man. I got nothing. I got nothing. That's crazy. We're gonna put the deers. These deers are nice. We do have a deer Pokemon, but that's more so based on the black buck. Black bucks and deers are separate enough, so fair enough. What are cells though? Cells are the things that make up our body, basically. When we making a 1 hour plus Lavatarn expose? I beat you to it. There is a video called "The Lavatarn Situation is Crazy." Emolga, flying squirrels. Something makes me think Emolga, or flying squirrels, are not in India, but we're gonna put them in the decks anyway because it's Emolga. Also putting these guys in there. Wait a minute. Doesn't that guy have a counterpart? There he is. Why is he so further down? Fungus Amoongus. There's a Fungus Amoongus. Yeah, since we don't have Voltorb and crew, it's only fair. But we're not going to be putting this guy there. Frillish. Frillish and Jellicent. Sure. Sure. That makes sense. These guys get to be in Mahagiri. Yeah. Also, for anyone tuning in right now, we are kind of deciding what Pokemon gets to be in Mahagiri and what doesn't. I know I should be catching people up on that in case there are viewers who don't know what's going on and just seeing me randomly put random Pokemon into random places. Hold up. I'm pretty sure Emolga is the halfway point of the Pokedex. Yeah, we are in the halfway point of the Pokedex. We're almost at the legendaries. Uh, and the fact that there's still an hour left in the clock, I think we might be able to finish if we really go fast. So gotta go fast, as they say. Alomomola is so forgettable and deservingly so. There's nothing you can do with Alomomola. 2 hours in and halfway done. Oh, like halfway fully. Oh crap, okay. Oh, I thought it was just the halfway point of the Unova DEX. That's great, fantastic. Let's just speed it up then. I did not think the stream would be this hectic. Holy crap. Ferroseed, you're not in the DEX. Why are you here? Cling Clang, you're not in the DEX. Why are you here? Oh yeah, I forgot that that's a 3-stage line. Why is that a 3-stage line? Dynamo Electros, you guys got Mega. You guys are not getting in. I'm sorry. LGM and Beheon? Nope. Litwick isn't getting in because of concept duplication. We already have a Pokemon that goes with the Will-O-Wisp concept, so yeah. Any Mega breeds? No. Oh yeah, Haxorus. We're gonna put this guy in the Dex because it's Haxorus, my goat. The greatest dragon type Pokemon that isn't a pseudo for some reason. Tyrant, nah, you got a damn Mega, get out. Tyrant, I'm not a tyrant. Okay. Cubchoo. I vaguely remember putting Beartic. Yeah, Beartic was in the Legends Lotus. So even though polar bears are not in India, we're gonna put that guy in there. Not Cryogonal though. Cryogonal go. No Cryogonal. I am a dinosaur. Yep. He should have been the second pseudo. Yeah, he should have been. Yeah, you're right. He should have been the second pseudo. Stunfisk can go meet Fisk. Kingfish. What? Kingfish? What? Kingpin. Yeah. Kingfish. Why does it? What the hell just happened? Why does he look like a zombie though? Hikey. I'm gonna put it in there because very forgettable design. Drudigon, the best dragon design actually. Haxorus is the second best. Drudigon is the best. Deserved so much more. I'm so disappointed there isn't a Mega Drudigon in Legends ZA, but oh well. Why is Reshiram like that? Where is Reshiram? Oh yeah, why is it like that? What the hell? Golurk. Yeah, Golurk can stay. It's Mecha Man. It's Robert Robertson the third. We're gonna get rid of these guys because we have a chess Pokemon in theory. Even though I found out recently these guys have nothing to do with chess. Drudigon is the most dragon type Pokemon. Yep. And the best dragon type Pokemon. Bouffalont. We have bulls. Sorry, buffaloes. Pawniard is opposing. Pawniard opposing. Opposer, I think you mean. Yeah. It is. From what I understand, I believe them having chess inspirations is mainly just for the English translation of the name. It's not there in the Japanese versions. So, and it makes sense. I think when they did King Gambit, though, I think they doubled down on it. But originally, when conceived, it did not have anything to do with chess. Just checking in. Hello, Gibster. Wish I could be in here, but I'm bowling. If you're still on in an hour, I can watch. And I'm sure it's going great. Probably won't be on in an hour because we probably will be wrapping up in an hour. So, but still, thank you for checking in. You're bowling? I'm still stuck on that. You're bowling. Good on you, dude. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hydrapple is clearly the best. We'll get to it when we get to it. Yeah, okay. Make sure not to throw your phone at the pins. True. True. Every time I hear bowling, I think of Clash. Bowling! Bowling. The ant gets to be in here, though. Slightly unfair, sure. Sorry, Dino, but you are not the father. Larvesta, huh? You got a lot of love in Paldea. You're not getting in. Why is American bird Pokemon in India? It's an eagle. I mean, come on. Eagles are... You say it's an American bird Pokemon? Oh, wait. You know what I can do, actually? That makes me think of something. We can put the non-American form of it in the Dex instead. No, America. I'm stuck at 8K trophies. I'm stuck at lower, and I have quit since then. So honestly, I'd rather not think about Clash. Legendary Claus. Santa Claus. Oh my god, the Santa Claus movie? Wait a minute. Where's... Okay, yeah, no. Enamorous is in here. Good. Get over here! Legend speedrun? Yes, we're speedrunning the Legends, because they're all in the Dex anyway. Okay, why was Keldeo so far in the Dex? What is wrong? Bam, 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 boom. Oh, okay. Almost put... Okay. We're gonna put these paradoxes right here, because they're paradoxes. It cannot exist. Okay, now we're in Kalos, finally. The fact that we're only now in Kalos is concerning. But Kalos has a very small deck, so we should be good. Oh god, they put every single Vivillon in here? What is wrong with them? Why have they done this? Dear god. We're putting all the starters in here, though. Iconic starters, come on. They have to be in here. And also, oh yeah, speaking of, I believe Greninja will not be in the Dex because there is a regional Greninja variant, so that's only fair. And unfortunately, that includes Ash Greninja. Where's all the shiny ones? No. Imagine I finish the list and then below it is another list of all the shiny variants. Imagine that. I did say I was not going to put Bunnelby in there, so I'm not gonna. I don't like Grabby Hands McGee. Was AFK for a bit, but now back. Welcome back, Galaxy. We don't need Grabby Hands McGee in this. Talonflame, yeah, Talonflame can stay. Talonflame used to have a regional variant back in the day, but it does no longer, whatever. Spupa and Vivillon, yes. These guys, okay, wait, let me pick out a good Vivillon to put. We're gonna put this Vivillon specifically, and the rest are not in the Dex. Is there not a India Vivillon or something? I vaguely remember there being one, because there's one for each region, right? But I don't know. Generally speaking, though, it's just, yeah, Pavillion's in the game. I don't care which one is, but it's there. Putting the rest in deported hell. That's the Japan one, the one I just put, I'm pretty sure. Like, there are some region-exclusive Vivillons. If I'm thinking right. If I am thinking right. I don't know. And that's the last one. Okay. Right. Lit Leo is in the Dex, but it does have its custom evolution. Ayo, what? What do you mean, Ayo? I was drinking water and almost spat it out laughing. Why? What did I say? Pyroran crew. I'm sorry, but you have a better cousin in this region. Flabebe. Deported hell. Yeah. Flabebe, the navy blue and white one is the India one. Navy blue and white. This one, I'm gonna assume it's this one. Okay, that's the one that gets to stay in the DEX. Because that's the only one with navy blue, so yeah. It has to be that one. Okay, Flabebe, I'm sorry. You got a lot of love in Legends ZA, so honestly... Oh my god, there's forms for Florges too, why? Why does Kalos have so many forms? Jeez. Skiddo. Yeah, you can stay in the DEX, sure. The other blue one, the mostly normal blue? Which one? Mostly normal blue. The mostly this one? You said blue and white. It's either this one or this one. And you said mostly normal blue, so I'm gonna take this one. Just so you know, this is not navy blue. Who knows? Maybe you're giving me misinformation. I don't even know. Okay. Panda, you're a panda. Stop breaking. Oh. He's a panda. You're a panda. Dog. Yeah, sure. I'm not putting all these forms in here. It's implied that the forms are in there. Okay. Let's just say it's implied. There you go. There we go. Meowstick. Yeah, you were heavily featured in the DEX, and you have a Mega Evolution in Legends ZA, so no. Furfro is mid. Yeah. Honedge. Again, Sansamar Mutant Claws. There is a Mutant Honedge, so no need for that. Actually, Mutant Aegis Slash, so. Spritzy. No. There's no Mutant Spritzy, but I'm still not going to put it in the DEX. Just because I don't like the design. Malamar. My friend Malamar. Of course he's in the DEX. Let's see. Mega Barbarical is not a Barbarical anymore. Yeah, and unfortunately, none of them are in the DEX either. The Indian Vivian is the yellow wings and orange tips. Now you're just making stuff up. I don't even know. You know what? I'm not changing it. I don't care which one is the Indian one. I'll check it in post. He is Frieza now. Who? Also, hi Artix. Welcome to the chat. How's your day been, dude? Okay. There we go. Regalgi got a Mega again. Clauncher, I just think Clauncher's stupid. So, not in the DEX. Helioptile is not stupid. It's actually pretty cool and not utilized enough. The Lava Tyrant must live, of course. And if I'm putting Tyrant in there, obviously, you know. Doing good, preparing for stream today. Oh, right, yeah, you're going to be streaming too. Once my stream is over, definitely go check him out. You're going to stream much later, actually, right? So, because you're in French Standard Time now? That's not what it's called, though. I don't know what the time zone is called, but you're in a different time zone now, so I can't really tell. But from what I remember, it's later at night for me. Did India have dinosaurs, history-wise? Yeah, obviously. We definitely had dinosaurs. I don't think we had T-Rexes per se, but we definitely had a few. It's 12:45 p.m. Right now? It's 12:45 p.m. now? Or are you going to be streaming at 12:45 p.m.? Halucha got a Mega. I always thought Tyrant is fire, because Or his eyes. Fair. Yeah, same. I kind of thought the same. But turns out no. Dedenne. Yeah, Dedenne can stay in the decks. I feel like it's good fairy representation. Carbink does not get to stay in the decks. Neither does Gudra and Crew, because we've kind of put every single pseudo in the decks so far, so it's only fair. I just realized there's no Hisuian Gudra. I want to say no. Gudra is the final evolution. Whatever this guy is, but yeah, same. It's exactly 12:45 in Switzerland as well. Oh, dang. Okay. Well, all right then. Guess it's the same time zone, huh? Gumi, there you go. Yeah, Gumi. I'm surprised Gumi doesn't have a Hisuian form. I actually didn't know that. Oh wow, and we're almost already done with Kalos. Really goes to show how tiny the Kalos dex is. Klefki does not need to stay. Klefki's a nothing design. Same with this guy, because we have a mutant for him in Sansamar. Pumpkin. Yeah, Pumpkin can stay. Surprisingly, 2 Halloweeny designs for Kalos, which is very interesting. 746, it's 516 here, which is definitely different. Bergamite, no need for them. I actually still don't know what Hisuian Avalok is based on. It's such a weird design. I will stream 6 p.m. Paris time. It will be around 11 p.m. in India. Yeah, so 8, 9, 10, 11. About 5 hours after I'm done streaming, he will be live. So if you guys are awake at that point, you can go check him out. Noibat, like I said, we do want some bats. Wait a minute. I just realized, why did no one point this out? Why are Corfish and Crawdon in the gift section? They're not supposed to be there. It's 5:30 p.m. for you. Yeah, not 5:30 yet. It's 5:17. So, close enough. Okay, legendary claws, obviously. Legendaries are, like, just being put there, mainly because, there will be some way. Usually every game just adds some kind of implementation of making every single legendary available in the post game almost. So yeah, Diancie is a mega, right? Sorry, a legendary, right? I think so. Hoopa obviously is. Volcanion is right here. Obviously, Hoopa Unbound is... Wait a minute, why does Hoopa Unbound not have his arms? That's so weird. Where did they get this image from? That's my question. They just forgot Hoopa's arms. That's funny. But now we're in Alola. Peak incoming. Alola has some of the funnest designs. Maybe not the best designs, but the fun. Yeah, there was a phone ring. Ignore it. Ignore it, I say. I forgot to turn off my ringtone, that's all. Alright. Rowlet. Yeah, so... Yeah, these guys are obviously going to be in the decks, for obvious reasons. Hisuian, probably not. Hoopa is busy summoning every legendary in existence. Yeah, I bet that's the case. Now, Incineroar is not going to be in this deck because there is a regional variant of Incineroar. Girian Incineroar exists. Wait, what? Why did I pick out Oricorio? What? Primarina. I'm thinking of giving Primarina and Decidueye just Primarina a form, because Decidueye already has a Hisuian form, and Incineroar gets a regional variant in Mahagiri, so maybe just Divishift Primarina could be interesting, but that is not confirmed yet. John Cenaroar? Yes, it's John Cenaroar. Regional Incineroar? Wolfie is shaking in his boots. Oh yeah, he's gonna be shaking more when he finds out it's ice type. It's fire ice type. Let's see, Picky Peck. Yeah, Picky Peck can be in the decks. We do have toucans here, and I personally do like toucans. We also have a lot of mongooses here. And Grubbin also gets to stay. Vikavolt is also cool. Vikavolt? How do you guys say it? Vikavolt or Vikavolt? I think Vikavolt is just what I've been used to saying, but I know people say Vikavolt. Of course, my goat gets to stay in the DEX. My absolute goat. Crabominable. I would put Mega in here too, but don't worry, guys. Crabominable gets a Divi Shift too. I actually designed it before the Mega was revealed. So, Vikavolt, okay. Donald Trump in India. We don't talk about that. Unfortunately, though, I guess Mongoose, yeah, I suppose he is. I'm so glad that Alola got so many of the so many of the good megas, I must say. Most of the major good megas are from Alola, which is fantastic. Oricorio, nah, I don't think Oricorio needs to be in the decks. They're not particularly necessary. I actually have a Shalfa Crabominable. Oh yeah, I did see that. God, I'm so jealous. But of course, I don't have ZA, so I can't really get one myself. But yeah, I love Crabominable, my goat. Oh yeah, and these guys are also going to be in the decks. Rockruff, Dog. Yeah, if you guys have not noticed, yeah, I've been putting a bunch of the dogs into the decks. Just because they're dogs. Wishy-washy. Nah. I think more or less the water has been taken care of for now. Toxapex, no. Not putting Toxapex into the decks. Mudsdale, yeah, Mudsdale makes sense. My brother has a Crabrawler plushie. I am jealous, genuinely. Okay, maybe not as jealous because I'm not a huge fan of Crabrawler. I'm a fan of Crabominable. So, yeah. I've been day one supporter of Crabominable, so I'm so glad that it got a mega and immediately destroyed every single content creator whenever they encountered one. They deserve it. They've been hating on my boy. Dewpider? Nah. Dewpider's weird looking. I feel like he's like a unused Ultra Beast design, honestly. Don't you dare put my bug boy out of the decks. Alright, alright, alright. If you say so, Artix. If you say so. There you go. Who's this guy? Lurantis, right? No. Lurantis is such a mid design, honestly. Same with Morlul. Okay, when I said that Alola has some of the fun designs, I never mentioned that they had to be good. They're just funky. Okay, Salamander. Again, for obvious reasons, no. I swear I did. Oh yeah, we did like a 4 artists video with Beware, so that does not have to influence anything, so Beware can be part of the decks. Araquanid is my second favorite bug from Alola. First is Golisopod. Yeah, most people do like Golisopod, yeah. I was so happy to see it has a Mega Evolution. I was too. It could have been better, but I'm gonna take it. It's General Grievous, like Droideka. Like, if I ever get one, I'm calling it either Droideka or, like, General Grievous. Like, it's white like Grievous too. Is it every Silvally I say? Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, we're gonna have to do the Silvally thing. He's a battle droid, yeah. Oranguru, yeah, Oranguru and Passimian are not gonna be in the... Oh, okay. I feel like Oranguru should be in there because it feels like a reference to Jungle Book, which is very iconic. But Passimian doesn't really need to be in the decks. I know they're counterparts, but I'm not gonna put them in the decks, I feel like. Or maybe, like, you know what? I will put them in the decks because for the sake of, you know, consistency with them being the same, whatever, counterparts and stuff. I think I could have all Silvally. Oh, no, no, no. What I've been doing with all the regional variants is that I've been putting one form of them and putting all the rest and not in the DEX so that, it's not confusing. Pessimian coconut, though, you can throw coconut. He is coconut. Yeah, we're going to put Golisopod. I think Golisopod only recently got its love and it deserves to stay, I feel like. Pessimian might fit in the western side of the India. Pessimian in the western side. Western would be so western's like Goa and stuff. Goa, Rajasthan. Yeah, yeah. Rajasthan is not where Pessimian would be, but I do get what you mean, yeah. Eastern side. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, you said right. No, you definitely said right. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, you were confusing me. I know West Bengal is a thing, but West Bengal doesn't mean it's in the west. West Bengal is in the east of India, which is very confusing, but it's because it's a whole thing. But yeah, if that's why you said that it was west, no. No, no, no. Magical Isopod, not in the DEX, obviously. Palisand. There is sand in India, of course there is. Like I said, Rajasthan. I think Palisand actually works really well in somewhere like Rajasthan, even though it's a beach Pokemon. But given that Rajasthan has a lot of castles and stuff, and a lot of medieval architecture, I think it'll fit in very well. Pyukumuku, forgettable. Is there sand? What do you mean? Oh, no, no, no. You're late in the chat. We've been doing a bit where everything's in India. Okay, type null and Sylvali do need to be in there. It's a niche meme from earlier in the stream. Very niche, yeah, very, very niche. I did put one Sylvali, right? Yep, I did. All right, now the massive labor of putting every single Sylvali individually, 18 different Sylvalis into the not in the deck section is so annoying. Oh, okay. Now we go into Minior. Minior, no need for Minior in the decks, honestly. Because I don't really see the point of having Minior in the decks. Same with Komala, very Australian design. I don't really know why a koala would be in India. There are rocks that fly in India. I mean, yeah, but no rocks, no rocks. Turtonator. Oh my god, it's the Sterninator. Holy crap, it's the Sterninator. Togedemaru. Yeah, Togedemaru's should be in the decks, I feel like. Mimikyu. Why not? Mimikyu is deserving of its hype, honestly. Well rated. People sleep in India. Some people do. Think the rest of the Lola decks won't fit in. Oh yeah, we're entering into Legendary already. Yeah, I don't think much else would be here other than the Legendary clause. But when it comes to the Legendary clause, I'm not going to expand it to the Beasts, because the Ultra Beasts are all going to be in Sansamor, because it's such an Ultra Beast heavy storyline. So I don't think that extends to the Beasts. Or the Tapus. I feel like the Tapus would make sense. You know what? Yeah, I'll put the Tapus in there. As for the others, though, Bruxish is definitely not in the decks. Drampa just got a Mega Evolution, so probably also not in the decks. Because it recently got love. Delmise is forgettable, but honestly, you know what? I'm going to put Delmise in the decks. I actually really like Delmise. Jangmo-O, very specific to Alola, so probably also not in the decks. And following that, we're going to actually put all the Ultra Beasts here first while we are here already, because of the fact that they're Ultra Beasts, and Ultra Beasts are more of a Sansamar thing, and not going to be in the Mahagiri decks. Why is Aurora human? Where? Oh yeah, he is just standing there. Yeah, some of these models are, I don't know why they're standing like funnily like that, but they are for some reason. We actually only have 2 more regions to go, so we've kind of smoothly done this. Yeah. Oh, did I just put Necrozma in there? Oh yeah, I did. Necrozma, while technically an Ultra Beast, is more so considered a legendary. So we're gonna scoot him back over here, and put him back over here. Thanks to legendary claws. Basically, legendary. Every legendary is found here, but yeah. I love Kama O, dude. I like it too. Maybe you can put one like Poipole. You can find one in the cave. No, like I said, the entirety of the Ultra Beasts. I don't want to do like double down on any concepts or any major Pokemon from Sansamar into Mahagiri. I know probably in this list there are going to be a bunch of crossover here and there, but majorly speaking, like especially stuff like Ultra Beasts and stuff like Pokemon that get some of the major mutant forms, etc., etc. Those we don't have to double down on, I feel like. So for that reason, not gonna be in the dex. I think I forgot Lunala form, or like Dusk Moon or whatever. Wait, what the? Where's Dusk Moon? Oh, right here. Never mind. Zero aura. Ah, yes. Necrozma's the Sun Eater and the Moon Eater. Yeah. Made my lunch, guys. Bye. See ya, Arctics. What are the mag? What are these Magirna forms? Mega Magirna. We have Mega Magirna now, which is honestly amazing. I'm glad that it exists. Putting this guy in here. We love Meltan and Melmetal. Freaking love this guy. One of my top favorite legendaries. Oh my god, I forgot Gigantamaxes were a thing. We haven't seen a Gigantamax in ages. Where's Mega Skullvillain? What? Skullvillain's not even here yet. We have time to go. Alright, we're in Gen 8. Second last generation. I'm going to take a small break and be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're going to come back and we're going to speedrun the last two generations, okay? Too late. I'm already back. All right. Let's see. We're going to Gen 8. We're going to speed this up. Grookey, fun starter, gets to stay. Actually, yeah. You can be in the gift. I didn't mean to put these guys in the gift section, but honestly, fine by me. Stay in the gift section. Oh, these guys are not in the decks. Galar is going to have a lot of crossover for sure, because it's Galar. It's like, you know, colonial history and stuff. So, yeah, obviously, we can probably set up shop here and just start putting a bunch of these Pokemon in there. UFO Beetle. Since we didn't put LGM and Behemoth in there, I feel like it's only fair we put the nerd in here. This is just the Okaroon Pokemon, I realize now. Nickit, Thievul, Wooloo, and Dubwool. Choodle. Yeah. Dog. Oh, no, no, not the Gigantamax snake. I meant dog. Cole. Applin's not going to be in the decks, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I'm afraid they're not going to be in the decks. Silicobra, obviously. Cramorant, we do have Cormorants here, and I've seen a few. They're very funky, so there used to be a Cormorant Pokemon in the Pokedex, so yeah. Now that you said it, he really is just Okaroon. He is. Okay. Stop tweaking. But a bunch of I'm surprised that I forgot that most of the Gigantamax Pokemon are just Kanto or Galar Pokemon. Bam. Boom. Okay. Barracuda. No, not Barracuda. That's not the name. Arracuda and Barrascuda. That's the name. Not in the decks. Toxel and Toxtricity. I feel like they, even though they are so cool from Galar, and during that Galar era, people were talking about them. I don't think they're talked about as much now. So I think that we're gonna put them in the decks. Heck, they even gave him a Gigantamax. Holy crap! I forgot about this guy. I don't know why. I just love Hydrapple. He's my second favorite Pokemon. Might be my favorite now that I think about it. Fair enough. It is a fun Pokemon, but like I said, there's a regional Applin, so we can't. Grimmsnarl still ways off from coming up, so we'll get to him when we get to him. Centiskorch. Yeah, we're gonna put that there. No, not Grapplout. Oh, definitely Sinistee, for sure. Not the Sinistra version. We're gonna put. Given the fact that Hatteran is not going to be in the decks, for the fact that there is a Pokemon that's very close to Hatteran, I think it's only fair that Grimmsnarl also doesn't get to be in the decks. I know. Seems in Galar I'm just putting everyone but the favorites in, but trust me, it's for a reason. I really don't want to do a double down on concepts, but yeah. Chai tea. What do you mean chai tea? You're just saying TT. That's like saying, I don't actually remember the full code, but it's just chai, bro. Come on, go. There we go. It's like saying you want coffee with the cream. There you go. That's the line. Speaking of cream, yeah, we're gonna put cream in the decks. Bam. Okay, no. The other forms are implied, like I said before. We're putting them in not in the decks. Not in the decks. Same with the Gigantamax. Ooh, Phalanx. Phalanx is cool, but a little too Spartan to be in the India region. So honestly, especially because we did just get Mega Phalanx, so it's like people who say Sahara Desert. Yeah, true. It's just the Sahara. Just call it the Sahara. Pinkerton. Damn, Pinkerton and Snom really do look like regional variants of themselves. We're gonna put Snom in the decks though. Stonejourners to Nordic. There are no penguins here though. What if there is a person named Sahara? Savannah, slow down. I'm in a mall right now and like, why is it so hard to type on an escalator? Why are you typing on an escalator? There we go. There's the Indian elephant Pokemon in freaking Britain for some reason. But he's finally home. Finally home to India where he's supposed to be. Oh, whoa. It's not your turn yet. Wait your turn, Dragapult. These fossils are the only fossils that I'm not going to be putting in the Mahagiri decks. Oh yeah, we're putting Duraludon in here. And Archaludon. cool guy. Yeah, okay. We're gonna put these guys in here too. Legendary Claws, of course. Whoa, not that high. Eternatus and Cubfu. Wait, no, not Cubfu? Yeah, Cubfu. I keep mixing up Cubfu and Cubchu. They sound so similar. Glastrier is definitely in the decks. So is Spectrier, and so is the other horse. Calyrex, of course. Zangief. Sorry, Zarude. And there we go. We are finally in Gen 9. We can actually do this, guys. We can finish the entire Pokedex in one stream. This is going to be insane if we can actually pull this off. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe if you haven't. We might actually be able to speedrun all of Pokemon. Could you imagine? Here we go. All right. Paldea starters in the decks, 100%. Ignore any noise that's coming, by the way. Just ignore it. Crocolore, Skeledirge, Quaxley, that guy, and Quaquaval. Lechonk is in the decks for sure. And Oinkolone. Noise is the best part. Oh, of course, of course. In a scuffed stream, noise is the best part. Unfortunately, still no way of me implementing background music. That might lag the stream too, but even if it doesn't, it might just be the greater issue. So as long as you can hear my voice, it's fine. Less talks. Let's see. We're gonna put this guy in there because we do lack a little bit of spiders. Crickets as another thing we do lack. Nimble and Lokix do fill that up. We're not putting Palmot in the decks because, you know, Palmot is a bad design. I think we can all agree. I mean, it's a good design when it's just a single stage, but as a line, it's bad. La French. Mousehold. Yeah, Mousehold makes sense. Fido. Dog. I know I've been consistently putting every dog in the decks, but, you know, it's just for fun. Some stuff can stay, you know. Yeah, Smoliv gets to stay, I feel like. Smoliv makes sense. This guy, though, no. I don't even know what this guy's called. Squawkabilly, that's what he's called. Yeah. Are there families in French? Of course there are. What do you mean? Okay. Neckley, Minecraft Pig, and Garganeckle. Sure. That makes sense. That makes lots of sense. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Obviously, the former channel mascots are going to be in the decks. Let's see. Ooh, Bellybolt. I'm sorry to say, not going to be putting him in the decks because we do have a lot of frogs in the decks. I believe we do, at least. Kilowattrel. You know what? I don't think we do. I think we might need a few more frogs. You know what? We're going to put him in the decks. Frigate. Let's see. Scovillain actually has a friggin' mega. Yeah, he does. I was kidding. What do you mean? There is a mega Scovillain. And it's pretty nice actually. I feel like it would have been better if it had a third head, but also if it had a third head, it should have just been a new evolution. My internet might have died. Oh, okay. No. You're good. You're good. Bramblegast. Bramblin and Bramblegast. Okay. We're gonna not be putting them in the decks because I don't see any point of them being in there. Hi, Purple. Hey, I was here since Hoenn, but I just was both asleep and vomiting to even talk. Oh, that damn. No. It's completely fine. If there's any issues, you're not like forced to be in the stream or anything. Like you can take a break or whatever. And if you want to keep the stream on in the background, that's also fine. But yeah, hope you get better, dude. If you're tired, take some rest. It's fine. I mean, when I mentioned Scoville and Mega earlier, I was kidding. Yeah, I thought you just mentioned that like as if Scovillain was in the Alola decks. I didn't realize you mentioned that as in Mega Scovillain doesn't exist. We already have too many crabs in the decks, so we can get rid of him. Cloth just looks cursed, so yeah. Speaking of Scovillain, not in the decks. No, he's gonna be in the decks. We kind of love our spicy food, so it'd be a shame if we didn't put the spiciest Pokemon there is. Heh, Mega Arceus when? Probably never now that ZA is over. I don't think we'll ever see Megas back unless they actually consistently keep Megas as part of the, thing. Which they might, honestly. They might just make Megas like a permanent feature. We'll see come Gen 10. Regardless, though. These guys. Dung Beetles. Yeah, Dung Beetles stay. Okay. All the Paldean Megas are kind of mid, not gonna lie. Yeah, they are. They really are. Oh well. I'm just happy Unova got the best. I'm just happy Alola got the best Megas. Unova had some alright ones too, but Alola clearly is the one that they had the best Mega ideas for. They had a Crabominable, Glycopod, Drampa, fantastic designs, honestly. Yeah, nobody wanted Mega Tatsugiri, honestly. Speaking of, we can get rid of this bad boy because there are no ostriches in India. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Alola had only 3, I think. Yeah, but that's the thing. I think the few Megas that Alola has are amazing, and second best is easily Unova. They had their favorites, clearly. Tinkatink is basically the new Pokemon mascot, so I think it's only fair. Atla mentioned, yes. Bombardier is such a forgettable design, and it deserves to stay forgettable. Palafin, on the other hand, is kind of goated. Are we already into the legendaries? Holy crap, we're gonna finish this. Let's go. Revavroom, yeah, we have vehicles. Cyclizar, yeah, we still have vehicles. Orthworm, kinda bad of a design. Cars in India, holy crap. Also kind of a bad design. Why? Anyway. Grievard, the only dog that's not going to be in the decks, unfortunately. I love Tinkaton. If there was a way for it to get another form, I wanted to get it. True, it is actually the most Pokemon, it's one of the better Pokemon designs from, the modern era. I'm actually quite happy that it exists, and I'm also glad that it's enjoyed by so many people, so yeah. We still have vehicles? Yeah, we still have vehicles. We still have vehicles. And Corviknight got a Mega instead of BTEX Karmory. Yeah. That would be amazing. Flamigo. Me and my boys hate Flamigo. Cetitan. Cetitan is a really nice shiny, but not nice enough to be in the decks. What is this one called? I have no idea. Budget Wishy-Washy. Tatsugiri exists, and it has a Mega Evolution. BTEG Zapdos. And we got Godzilla. Well, we're going to put Godzilla in the decks, of course. We got to put Godzilla in the decks, come on. And we're going to put Excalibur in the deported section. Gimme Ghoul has actually been, since it was introduced, it's been in ZA, which makes me think it might be, since it's the 1000th Pokemon, I feel like it should be in the decks. So we are officially at number 1000. Veluza, that's what it's called, Veluza? That Pokemon is so annoying, but funny. People rage about it attacking them all. I do not even know its name. You took everything from me. I don't even know who you are. Legendary Claws. Legendary Claws. We're going to be putting every legendary in here to finish this off. I know lore-wise, legendaries being in here makes no sense. But, of course, Pokemon never cared about the lore to begin with. Oh, not those, though. Oh, yeah, that's going to be interesting. In future games, when we finally get to use Ogerpon again, or Terrapagos, they won't have their terrestrialized forms anymore, so I don't know how they're even going to work. But regardless, that only leaves these last few terrestrial forms to finally finish out the complete Mahagiri DEX. Unpin images. Here it is. I don't know, someone can count for me, but there are a lot of Pokemon in the DEX. There are a few Pokemon that are gifts, and there are a lot of Pokemon that are not in the DEX. So many. And we did that in 3 hours. I am so proud of myself to be able to go through more than 1,000 Pokemon and decide which is in the DEX and what isn't. Yeah, I'm gonna save it before it goes boom. You're right. Download that image. It's gonna take its time. But that's it, folks. We finally did it. We have made a complete tier list. Did it just get rid of it? Okay. It says it's successfully downloaded. I'm gonna trust that. Or maybe it is downloading. Oh. If no images, okay. It might be bugged. The stream is there though, there's proof. So, at the end of the day, regardless of whether it gets downloaded or not, which I'll check at the end of the stream, we did a Pokemon in existence and decided whether or not it's in Mahagiri or not. And with that said, I think we're going to be calling it quits here for today's stream, day 3 of the LTMAS, the 12 days of LTMAS, which we're going to be streaming for 9 more days. Be there or be square. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe, which I'm sure you have, and even if you haven't, definitely do. And with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, no memes this time. Till then, peace.